Hey Mila, how you doing? Give me a second. I'm just gonna unpin something and. How you doing? Give me a second. I'm just gonna unpin something and then repin another thing. Unpin and then I'm really good. How are you? Copy, comment. Thank you so much, Mila. You were quick. Just have to pin this comment at the bottom here. As soon as it comes up on my second device. Oh, you're back at work. Oh, no. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Hi, Karen. How are you doing? Hi, Keith. Good morning from the UK. Pin comment. Okay, so that should be pinned at the bottom there. Oh, good. Now I can talk. Now I can talk. Okay, so Mila's saying hello. Shared you out. Back at work. That's terrible. That's terrible, Mila. We should be allowed to have more days off. More days off. You've got so much to look forward to when you retire. And then I can feel your shoulders going down, Mila. And you too, Keith. I know time off finished too quick. It does. And especially when, you've got to go back to work and it's just the pits. I remember doing that myself and I kept thinking to myself, good Lord, show me the day when I retire. And guess what? Here I am, doing what I love best, paying it forward for anti-child trafficking and just living my spiritual life the way it was intended. So all that work paid off. I'm good, glad I packed up. You packed up. What did you pack up? What did you pack up? I have a guest coming on at 8 o'clock, so please, if you want a reading, make sure that you put your donation through to the Anti-Child Trafficking Fund, which is pinned at the bottom of your chat. Where are we? Good morning, Angie. How you doing? Who was the guest? You'll see. You'll see when they come on. Packed up work for others. Oh, okay. You packed up work for others. Pretty earrings. Is that from Vicky? Yes. Yes. These ones are from Vicky. I don't even remember what they're called, but I love the ones that hang down like that. I don't like the short ones. Hey Becky, how you doing? This is wonderful. Oh my God, what? Oh my God, what? What do you mean? I don't know. Now you've got me worried. Not worried, but you've got me intrigued. What do you mean? Oh my God. You got something to tell me. Hey Simone, how you doing? Wearing that gorgeous pink. Oh, you like me in pink, do you? I actually like baby blue and pink. Baby blue is my, as you can see. Oh my God, hang on. When you least expect it, they'll just start barking. There's a dog that's next door that has this pitch, and whenever that dog starts barking, they both take off, and then they start protecting the fence. And it's like, it's the only dog. I have other neighbours with other dogs, but this one must have that, like, I'm coming to get you guys. Doing it again. Don't want to work today though. Doing good, but don't want to work. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Sometimes you can't see them. Maybe it's just because of the dark blue that I've got underneath the pink. But as I was saying before, you know I like the blues, especially this baby blue here. See that one there? I like that one. And occasionally I wear baby blue. I have to tell you something. Well, message me, woman, or tell me on the live. Chimes are my favorite. Love it. The chimes. Yes, they're actually Tibetan healing bowls. Let me see. Can you see that there? Tibetan healing sounds, singing bowls. Oh, you can't see that because this is what I'm trying to show you. Duh, Caroline, duh. That's what's playing in the background there. Okay, message me. But yes, I do have wind chimes that are really the great big long ones. Like I'm talking, each of the tubes is over a meter long, and I've got that out by my window in the kitchen. And oh, he did not, Mila. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, sorry, guys. Yes, so outside the kitchen window, and I hear them all day, and I just absolutely love them. They're really deep sounding ones, so I just love it. And plus, it's a wonderful protection to have too. Chimes are my favorite. Love it. Can't help myself here. No, Charlie. No. Oh, who have we got here? Keith. You sent through a donation, mate. Thank you so much. I got it. You will be first up on the list. Whoop. Okay. So soothing. It is a soothing sound, and it's one of those ones that it doesn't interfere with my voice when I talk. I can't say anything. I've got somebody talking to me in the background here, and I can't say anything. I can't say anything. I can't say anything. Hi Trina, how you doing? Don't forget, people, if you would like a reading or you would like, an in-depth reading, just let me know. Just pop in a donation through the link that is pinned at the bottom of your chat. Sorry, I'm all full of smiles here at the moment. You're so welcome. Thank you for all you do. Oh, you're so welcome, Keith. You're so welcome. I enjoy it. Look, I've always wanted to pay it forward, and when I was working, I was in the middle of paying off my mortgage so that I didn't have to work for my whole life. And once I did that, I thought, no, it's time to pay it forward now because I'd done what I needed to do. I got your donation, Simone. Yeah, so here I am doing exactly what I need to do. I got it, Simone. I did get it. Teresa Dinigan. Anybody who hasn't followed my page, please follow the page. Pardon me. I had a boiled lolly before, and it's sitting right here, and I just feel like I need to. Caroline, that would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Teresa, if you would like a love reading, pop in your donation. There are only 2 in front of you. If you put it in now, the link for PayPal is at the bottom of the chat. I can see you. No, Charlie, no. I can see you, Teresa. You need to stop putting that in there. If you would like to put in a donation, please do. The link is at the bottom of the chat. Hi, Natasha. Donation. Yeah, getting back to Keith. I actually love doing what I'm doing. It just gives me. I don't know. I don't know who gets rescued, who gets saved, who gets moved, who gets hidden. I trust the person who is in charge of this group of guys who go overseas implicitly. I've known him for a long, long, long time, and always wondered to myself, how can I pay it forward? And it just kind of fell into place. So you don't know how. Teresa, there is a link at the bottom of the chat. If you have PayPal, just type in my sign, which is Caroline Thomas 2, into the PayPal, and it will come up with my my profile picture, which has a great big red stop child trafficking or stop human trafficking on there. I'm so glad you do love what you do. I'm taking the time out just to have fun. And you're allowed to, Keith. You're absolutely allowed to. You live life the way you want to live it, the way you need to live it. That is what life is about. You do it your way, not somebody else's way. Hello. Please. Pop your donation in, Sharon. Otherwise, I will just be choosing from the chat. I have somebody coming in at 8 o'clock, which is in about 15 minutes' time. So there will be another reader coming in as well to help out. Angie, I'm working towards living on my own. Good on you. Step out, woman. I thought this thought had crossed my mind several times. I would love to do what I do. I want to love what I. Yes, absolutely. You got it. You got it, Angie. You can do it. Hello, Sonia. Are you back from where you went out to? Did you have a good night? It's been a hard lesson to learn that. Doing what I want to do instead of doing for others. Yes. There is a time and place to do things for other people, but what we need to remember is that we can't do it at the expense of ourselves. That's when it slips into codependency, or somebody is taking advantage of your kindness and your goodness. Hey Farah, how you doing? He says hi, Sonia. Simone says hi, Sonia. Gonna have an early night tonight? I'll be on my way down the beach tomorrow, hopefully. So, that'll be nice. Although it's going to be very cold down there. Hi, Keith. Hi, someone. How about hi, everyone? Hi, someone. Good one, Sonia. Oh, Simone. Okay. I got it. That's cool. That's cool. That's very good. All right. So let me see here. All right, so that one's just checking to make sure I've got everything here. PayPal. What's that one? All right. Hey, Aldo, how you doing? Aldo, you're going to have to catch me up to speed on this TikTok thing. I need to know how you got so many people on your TikTok. because I would like to do the lives on TikTok. I've been wanting to do the lives on TikTok for a long, long time. And I keep thinking to myself, the people that I've got that are subscribing to my handle or whatever you call it on TikTok, they're coming in slowly, but not as quickly as what I would like them to. I've been working it since last year. Yeah, you've got so many people on there. Easy. Okay, Aldo. You need to write to me. You need to show me what this is all about. I'll send you a message. Yes, please do. Please do. Because I need them up there. I need over 1,000 people. And once I've got to that, I think the lives will speak for themselves and people will just come in naturally from there. But in order for me to be able to go live, I need that 1,000. There are different ways. Oh, okay. All right. Please let me know. I'm going to be spending a bit of time on TikTok, probably, I don't know, Saturday night into Sunday. That's my time, not yours. At the moment, we're 7:45 here at night. So I don't know what time it is for you, Aldo. I think you've just woken up, haven't you? Where you are. You need to teach me to do TikTok just as a follower. Oh, that's easy, Sonia. You're already following me, woman. If you just want 1,000, I'll send you a message on my work though mine. I work though mine, but there's a way. Okay, all right. Okay, please do. I never done TikTok. TikTok's a good place to go live if something goes wrong with Facebook, and I think TikTok has a lot more traffic as well, which means that I get to put money towards anti-child trafficking in TikTok as well as through here. So, that will make me very happy. It's about 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. and you're up. You can't have got much sleep because I only saw you this afternoon on your lives. I'm going to go to sleep. Okay. It's raining and thundering basically all day today. Hot. It's hotter. It's hot than rain. And okay. So please, guys, go find me on TikTok. My TikTok is, I can't see what I'm doing here. TikTok is, what is it, Caroline? Is it, shit, I've forgotten. 00001, Caroline, or log in. Some time off because of the breakup. I just got back and it's all there. It's all to it, but that's where I go live. I thought I was already. Yeah, you are already. I've heard a lot about TikTok, but I've got 2 handles. I've got one for YouTube, and I think that's 00001, and my TikTok I think is Caroline 1111. So head out there, guys. If you're not on my TikTok or Aldo's for that matter, go in and subscribe to the page. All you got to do is hit the follow button. Caroline 1111 on TikTok. Look me up. I've got my face on there. Aldo is not under Aldo. Aldo is under a different name. It's funny. It's good. What's Aldo's page? Aldo? Oh, hang on a minute. Ban user. Delete. Aldo, pop your TikTok up there for people. Sonia. Yes, Reedy Kopaz. Yes. That's it. That's the one. And mine is TikTok. TikTok is one word, by the way. TikTok is one word. So I've been going for 20 minutes. So I need to do a warm-up. So who wants to be my guinea pig for tonight for the first warm-up? Let me know. It's only going to be a short one. Let me know. I'll pick somebody that has written their name up, or love heart or something like that. Tell me that you want a small reading, a one card pull. And please share me out. Share me out. Oops. Do it after the live. And then Sonia, guinea pig. Thank you, Sonia. Oh, guinea pig. No, Keith, you're going. No, you're my first read. You're my first in-depth read. Okay, Angie. I actually, 2 cards fell out of the deck just then. So one of them is telling me that you've got some transformation going on for yourself. Look at that. You're a pearl. You've got all of this knowledge that you're going to be setting free. You're going to transform yourself. This is a wonderful thing. And with that, you've got the strength card. All right, you've got the light within you. They want you to use this. You're as solid as a tree. All right, you bend with the wind. You are bending with them. You're picking up all the light through this. And I want you to use your strength in order to transform your life in any way that you need to. Okay? So please do that, Angie. You've got a lot going for you. Whatever you got going in your mind here, keep going with it. They've got your back. Okay. All right. Wonderful, Angie. All right. So I'm going to get on to Keith now. I'll just put the timestamp up here. 22. Wow, Keith. 22. What are you doing? What are you up to, Keith? What are you up to? Okay, so apparently I am following Aldo on TikTok. There you go. See? But you're following me as well. Whoop, whoop. What a time to get a read. Hey, yes, 22. Absolutely. Keith. Okay. I just need to write down a few words. Magic. Playful. Don't forget. Okay, they're talking to me about your younger Keith. They're talking to me about you when you were a child. They're saying to me that they want you to get that playfulness back, Keith. The playfulness that you used to have when you were a child, you've actually forgotten how to be playful. And I think that applies to a lot of us. We all kind of tend to forget that we can be children again, and it's okay for us to be kids again. So they want you to step back into being playful. They want you to remind yourself that when you look at children, they want you to watch. Getting time. Yes, I have let it go for a while. Yeah, they're showing me a group of children, Keith. What they're doing is they want you to watch. They want you to watch how children play. Because when you watch how children play, they've got nothing else on their mind. Nothing else creeps in, and they're in the moment, which makes the kids so special. Being too serious with things. I love the logic of children. Yep. And the logic, there is no logic to it. They just are there in the moment. So they're wanting you to find that playfulness again. They're wanting you to step into that joy that you've stepped out of for such a long time. Because this will actually help with you being more, what's the word I'm looking for? Not gratitude, because they're saying that you sit in gratitude anyway, but positivity. It will help with your positivity. They're saying to me sometimes you slide back into this, okay, not so sure what's going to happen today. Well, let's just do today and see how we go. And there's there's an aspect of that feels like you're trapped, that you feel like you're not going anywhere, that you're not doing anything, and they want you to reconnect with that positivity of a child. Yes. Okay. Well, so was it you before that you were mentioning? Was it? I don't know whether it was you. but you mentioned that you were going to be doing something for yourself. I'm pretty sure that was you when I was talking about the anti-child trafficking and me messing around on TikTok and things like that. So that I could help with the anti-child trafficking. So yes, please step into that. There's something that you need to have fun. Okay, guys, I'm listening. They're saying that I could listen to myself speak here at the moment too. They're saying that I could do with a dose of that as well, Keith. So yeah, all right, guys, I'm listening to you. So please step into that playfulness when you can. And if you've got grandkids, I don't know if you've got any grandkids, Keith, or if there's a park nearby or something where you can just watch the kids play. Thank you, Sandra. So just watch them play, watch them entertain themselves. Watch them when they're playing on a swing, they're so into it. And I mean, even when we as workers, as adults, when we go to work, we are actually in the moment at work. We are not allowing things in the outside world to interfere with that. And that used to always be a place where I went. I went to work to move away from things that were happening in my private life, and it just gave me time to breathe. So that's what they're saying to you. Yes, it's time to jump puddles. Yes, absolutely. I'll be with you in a minute, my guest. I'm not saying who you are yet, so I'll just be with you in a minute. All right. Just not if you can hear me. Can you hear me? I'm not putting you in yet, but can you hear me? Okay. All right. So now the other one. Hi, Brianna. How are you? Hi, Harley. So the other one I've got here is Moonlight Enchantment, and it's actually called Magic. Right, so they're okay. What is it? I know Sonia has a thing for the moon, but what is it that happens to you when the moon comes out? Like, I've got this great big moon here, and I've got a wolf looking up at the moon at the moment, and they're just saying to me, he needs to get outside in the moonlight, and you need to do some manifesting under the moon. Play with the moon, they're saying. Are you drawn to the moon? Are you drawn to the moon, Keith? Because they're saying that the moon, for some reason, for you, is very healing. It energizes me. I'm obsessed. Yes, I know you are. So I'll show you the cards, Sonia. You can take a picture of it, but you won't be able to use it as an image because it's got the word magic written on it. Unless you want to do that too. But this is the card that they're showing me at the moment. All right. I'm waiting for it to focus, guys. Are you? Come on. Focus, please. Focus. You can't really see it, but there's a wolf down here, right? And there's this moon up the top here. And they're asking you to play with the, love it. It's giving me, it gives me life, the moonlight. Okay, all right. So that's what they're asking me to tell you. I love to play with the energy of the moonlight. Energy is very wonderful to enjoy and play with. Okay, so they're asking you to do that because they're saying that there is healing happening for you. And okay, so now they're showing me a bear. The wolf and the bear. The wolf has to do with what was in this particular card here, the wolf. But they're showing me healing that happens for you while you're in the moonlight. They're showing me positivity with the moonlight. They're showing me meditation in the moonlight. They're showing me that you are very mindful of what the bigger picture is, and what the moon has to do with all of people. They're throwing things at me. They're throwing things at me, Keith. Now, so the healing aspect of this is it's like you've got all of this energy around you, and what they want you to do is connect with that energy. Totem pole, he's one of my totem. Okay, let me have a read of this. If I'm a bit of a lone wolf. Okay. It's like me going around. Keith, all totem spirit. Yeah, it's one of the totem spirits I have with me. I have been with. Okay, so is that the bear that you're talking about, Keith? The bear. You got some healing to do under the moonlight. You doing a meditation under the moonlight, they're saying to me, is going to trigger you. So you're going to be triggered by something in the meditation. Sorry, I need to sneeze. There will be something happening, something that's going to trigger you that happened a long time ago, and they want you to work with that. Yes, it's the bear. Okay. Hi, Jessa. They want you. And I know in the spiritual world we use this word a lot, but what they're asking me to take, they keep giving me this word, Keith. They keep giving me the word trust. Trust. I don't know whether you've had issues with trust in the past. It sounds like a plane of wonderfulness. Yes, it is a plane of wonderfulness. I wish that. Oh, okay. So, okay. Sorry, they just threw something at me. Keith, are you able to take a meditation? Are you able to lead a meditation for people in the moonlight? They're showing me a group of people under the moon, under a full moon, and you're leading the meditation with them. Yes, I trust them. I have trust issues with. Okay, yes, and that was the other thing I was going to call up. That I was going to bring up, that you have trust issues with people. So they're saying you need to work with that trust. Now, I don't know where this stems back from. Obviously, if it's with people, you've had an issue with relationships in the past where you have your trust has been, or the trust has been broken. They want you to know that just because the trust was broken then doesn't mean that it's going to be broken in the future or even now, because your boundaries have changed, because you are a different person, because your frequency is different. So I'm able to do that, and it sounds wonderful. Okay, so leading a meditation with a group of, and they're saying don't do it for free. They're wanting you to get an exchange of energy done. Can you do it online? Count me in. Yes, absolutely, Sonia. I think that would be a great idea. You could do it online, or you can have two. You can have one online, and you can have one physically where you are, Keith. So work with that, because this would be really good. And what is he working on with the meditation? Oh, okay, it's not my business. Whatever you work on with that meditation has got nothing to do with me. They're saying that something will come up for you. Okay, so trust that all is going to work out for you. Trust that it's going to be okay. They want you to start learning how to trust again. It's sounding a bit scary stuff for a lot of people. So not scary for you though, Keith? Yeah, can you just kind of explain that to me a little bit? You have a lot of wisdom. You're an old soul, Keith. An old soul. You have wisdom to share with people. And they're saying to me that you can share it through trust. You can share it through the moon. You can share it through your knowledge. You can share it through the way you speak. And I'm going to bring on my guest in a moment, and she might even have something to say to Keith. Are you listening to me there in the background? Just nod your head. No, she can't. She must. All right. So, Keith, please start something like that. All right. Use my page if you want to share it out with. I have taken a group meditation and to take more online to do. Sounds good. I'm just a bit hesitant about getting to do it. Okay, all right. They're saying when the timing is right, you'll actually start doing this. And they're saying that you're going to start writing down ideas. And once you start writing down ideas, once you start writing those ideas down, they're asking you not to set a date. It doesn't have to be this next full moon. It can be this full moon or the next one or whenever it is. But just say to people that you are wanting to put together a full moon meditation, one online and one personally or physically, and just get a list going of who's interested in doing it. I didn't say that. No, Sonia, it's not. It's not. I noticed when I take people for meditations and what I get from it is amazing. It would be like to do a meditation too. I'm going to trouble. Harley, you'll just have to wait until we can get to the free readings. So just hang around and you'll get an idea of what's going on here. Thank you, Sonia. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce my other reader here, and perhaps they will have something to say to you as well, Keith, because they've been sitting in the background watching and paying attention. So we could probably move straight into Keith. It might be a bit too much, but that's okay. All I want to say is you will get the ball rolling, all right? You have the patience with yourself. Don't overcrowd your thoughts. Don't even concern yourself about the outcome because that's not what you're here for. Yeah, I know what it's like. You take people's meditations, you watch and see how people react to all the vibration. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Keith. Yes, Keith. Yes, yes, yes. Hello, Sarah.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
You've been sitting in the background there listening to the reading for Keith?
Yes, I have.
Have you picked up anything?
I did pick him a card. So even though I was in the background drinking my strawberry tea, which is amazing, by the way, I did pick a card, which was funny because you were talking about go for it and don't have any fear or shame or guilt with it, like along with those words. And the card that actually came out was have no fear. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So perfect, so on cue. It reads, I'll read the card first, then the book. Fear is a trap of the ego. So obviously when our ego takes control of us, we kind of go with how people would see us and what they would think of us, rah-de-rah, which we don't need to. That's not anyone that has a problem with how you are yourself, your unique individual self, Keith, is the perfect way to be. Okay, don't have fear with that. Don't let ego take over that. Allow me to use my sword of light to free you from the disquieting feelings holding you back. That's on the card. Life can be scary. Sometimes you may fear a situation that is before you because people are often terrified of the unknown, which is very, very true. This can create an energetic connection to the very things we're afraid of. That's where my sword of light can help. If you ask, I can sever those connections with a wave of my sword. What's important to remember is that you are never, ever alone, not even for a second. Your guardian angels are with you every moment of every day of your life. Likewise, I am also with you at the moment you wish me to be. All you have to do is ask. Some people think of me as a warrior archangel, but the only war I'm engaged in is the one I'm fighting alongside you. The war against your ego and against the fear and worry it causes in your life. You don't have to be afraid. Take a moment to breathe through your fears. Consider meditation or walks in nature to calm you. Know deep in your heart that you are loved and protected and that your choices are being angelically guided. It's time to leave fear behind you and live your fullest life. So to me, what I'm getting from this card is with her sword of light, you can just imagine that. You can picture that being waved, okay? And that will take away your fear in the sense of knowing that you're always protected, okay? You're never alone by yourself, always protected. So everything Caroline was saying fits in perfectly with that card. And if you want to
was that why you were doing this in the background?
I was like, yeah. Definitely go for it and understand that charging, like, I wish everybody in the world, I wish we could all do it for free. I wish money was never an issue. I wish the barter system was here, fruit, veg, everything, but it's not. But you've got to understand, to put food on your table, to feed you, to keep you going, you have to charge. So,
oh, there you are. You're back again.
Did I disappear?
You froze. You froze there for a minute, and I thought, oh, she's frozen.
I live in the country. It's terrible.
You know, Keith, the whole reading is about you stepping into your power. I think you stepping into the idea of trust and not allowing your fear to concern you, to worry you. Where are you? Brilliant, thank you. I do it for free for a reason. Yes, and I was just about to say something about an exchange of energy, Keith. It doesn't have to necessarily be money for you. It can be a different exchange of energy. When you do these, instead of asking, I mean, I ask for a donation because mine goes to anti-child trafficking. But if you say to people, you know, I'm having a meditation, and any exchange of energy I'd be grateful for. See what happens with that. Play with that idea. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. If you're okay and you don't need it and you've done it for nothing, then just ask them for an exchange of energy, because giving it away is great. I give my services for anti-child trafficking, so in a way I do give it away, but I don't. But you are giving it away because you can, because you want to. But yes, play with this exchange of energy, with those words, exchange of energy. Hi, Tina. So yeah, do that one, and then asking you to have patience with yourself. So don't go gung-ho into this. Just take your time with it until you're settled in with the idea that that this is going to move forward. Then you can make a date. But, you know, at least get that list of people who are wanting to do it with you. Even with the online one, I mean, I don't know. Do we have a full moon when they have a full moon, Sarah? Yeah? Is full moon the same thing all around the world, is it? Full moon the same thing all around the world, is it?
I'm not sure if it's a full moon everywhere in the world, because wouldn't it be the same star? So surely
I don't know. It'd be interesting to find out. I haven't got the list in front of me. I'm getting some feedback.
I'm listening to my other phone because I can't hear you on this one. I'm full max and it's muted.
Oh, have you? Oh, okay.
That's why I'm using this. So I have to turn you up on this phone because I can't hear you. It's ridiculous.
I'm delayed, so we're talking over the top of each other.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so Keith, hadn't thought of that. Thank you. Exchange of time too for a pay it forward. Oh, you know me well, and going gung-ho. Yes, absolutely. Connected with your intention. I set in meditation, and I said for a long time, technical issues. Yeah, she's up in the country. Well, she's out of suburban.
Yeah.
Technically, it's country.
I'm on wireless internet, so it's like it's not like everybody else's, but I wouldn't trade it for a suburban home. So.
No. Okay, who's that? Sherry Ross. I've got you written down, Sherry. All right, okay. Do you have any in the sticks then, huh? Yeah, she is in the sticks. She's got a farm there. She's living on a farm.
Yeah. Hang on, I'll show you how windy it is. Oh, sorry. I'll show you how windy it is. I can turn this thing. I don't even know how to use this. Hang on, camera.
Just turn your phone around. Oh, she's gone. She's gone. Ooh, she's gone. She'll be back. Yes, Sherry, I got it. I've written you down. You're after the next reading. So, Keith, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask? Here she is again.
I can't really show you apart from my hair because it's black out there.
No, yes, it is dark, very dark. It's not
It's
windy
literally
here.
just black.
You should see her sun. You should see her sunset. So it's absolutely.
You can see by my hair how windy it is. Like, it's nuts out here.
Yeah. All right. Look at your home, Sarah. Jealous. Sonia, you've got a beautiful home too. Don't you ever forget that. I mean, your view is just to die for, Sonia. So don't shit me. All right. Okay. So Keith, I don't think Keith. Sandra, you've got 2 readers here, so pop in what you want. I don't even know that I've put in a price, have I? Let me have a look. No, I haven't. I took the minimum donation out. So, it is in exchange of energy. So please pop in the amount that you think is fair for both of us. All right, so Keith says, lovely. Keith says, would you be able to ask them if I'll be getting a windfall for a car soon so I can create all things I'm planning for? Okay, my guides are saying, Keith, trust.
Will it?
Yes, trust. They're saying trust that you will be able to do things the way you need to have them done. They're not talking to me about a windfall. They're just shaking their head going, no, it's not going to come in the form of a windfall. But they do want you to trust moving forward that everything is going to be working out okay. And this has also got to do with this exchange of energy. I don't know how that fits in, but they're saying that this exchange of energy that you're going to be asking for when you do your meditations, they want you to do more than one. They want you to do more than that. They want you to plan to do different meditations with at different times. And this has all got to do with each other, but they're not telling me what it is. I am, and it's like seeing the sweet shop. Oh, yes, it is. You have to, they're saying to me, you need to manifest one into your being, Keith. They're asking you to manifest this car.
So a will is a thought, and a thought is a will. So remember that. Anything we think is what we're creating. We are, us human beings are the center of the earth, right? We are the creators.
Yep. Yes. So create it, manifest it into being, Keith. And it takes time. And remember that when you manifest things, people, you need to keep it in the present moment. So don't say I want or I wish for or send me. You need to make it in the present moment and as though it's already happened. So see the car that you want. It doesn't need to be, look, it can be a specific color, whatever you want, but just, ask for, manifest this car to be in good working order, that it is reliable, that it's safe, etc., etc. I'm very much so manifesting the color and the make of the car too. Good, because your angels need to know how to work on this. So if you give them what you want, if you tell them what you want, they will get out there and start doing something about it. Poor, somebody's just giving me a really bad headache here. I don't know who's got the headache out in the audience there, but somebody's just got this whopping great big headache. I can feel it. I don't know who it is. Don't doubt it. Yes, don't doubt it. The Book of Answers. Aha. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I ran to get that. It's in my bedroom.
The car will come when the universe can manifest it into being for you. Just get your angels to do the legwork for you. Understand the meditations of energy at different times and what it's to bring about. Okay. Good. Oh my God, it's Sarah. Yay. Yeah, it's Sarah. She hasn't been on for a little while. She's had a lot of homeschooling and things to take care of at home.
Yes. Caden's actually at school now.
Oh, really? Is he enjoying
that was a hard one to swallow, but he was ready to go back, and that's his choice. So
yep, it is. But I bet you anything he knows a lot more than the other kids.
He actually came home today, and the teacher, because I was catching up, so we were in grade 4 English and Maths, but grade 5 everything else, because I had to go backwards. And then he came home today, and the teacher turned around and said, "Wow, if they put you in grade 4, you would definitely have to be moved up, because he's doing very, very well." So I'm very proud.
Oh, and this, homeschooling always seems to do that to kids. And especially for the parents who do the homeschooling, they're always more advanced than the kids that go to school.
Yeah. He brought home his spelling words and he got 2 wrong, and he practiced for an hour and he got 2 wrong, and he's like, "I can't do this." I'm like, "The teacher gave it to you on Thursday for Friday. You only got 1 day. So it's fine. It's fine." But he's like me. He stresses about everything.
Yes. Well, we need to help him shift that stress, don't we?
Thank
All
you,
right.
Son.
Simone Eloise. Simone, where are you? Let me have a look. Did anybody else send one? Sherry sent one through. Nobody else has sent one through. Simone, are you here? Sonia, if you're not too tired, you can work in the background if you like. Sonia was on the live on Wednesday. She actually came on the live, but she was behind her avatar and she was working in the background. That was her first time ever.
Oh, come on. I'm always nervous, okay? And I started this journey 5 years ago, and I wrote a message to Caroline today, and I was like, "No, I'm not sending it. I'm not ready." And then Caroline messaged me, and I was like, "Damn it, I'm ready." So it does help, and Caroline's amazing. Like, she's helped so many people. Lockie as well. Like, she just, I don't know, you're an angel, Caroline.
Oh,
it's not terrifying, Son. Come on. I'm terrified sitting here right now, but I am. You might not know it because I'm a crazy squirrel, rabbit squirrel.
Straight into it. Straight in the deep end. You didn't have to, but you were there. You were ready. Okay, yeah. So let's see. Simone, Caroline, I know I have higher guides around me. However, I would like them to give me. Sorry, I'm just trying to read it whilst everybody's typing. Give me a message on being able to hear them communicate with me better. I do channel light language, but have had a break for a few months now. I know I'm clairaudient and intuitive. Also, my clairvoyance strengthening that skill. My vision. Any tips, messages, please? So the higher guides, you've got higher guides around you. Your highest self is the one, Simone, that they're telling me that your highest self is the one that you need to make contact with. Your guides and your highest self work together around you as your team to be able to communicate with them better. They're saying that they're already talking to you. You just don't pay attention. It's like this. They're saying to me that it's like this voice that you have that you don't trust is your higher self or your guide speaking to you. You actually think that it's yourself. Who do you think your higher self is? Where do you think your intuition comes from?
Your soul.
Yes, your soul. Hi, Marianne. How are you? Where are we? Okay. Keith, before I go, I just wanted to say thank you for your donation for the anti-child trafficking. Thank you and bless you. And hopefully you can stay on live just a little bit longer. Maybe one day you need to come on the live, Keith. All right. So, Simone. Okay, so they're just saying to me that it's important for you to establish which area that these messages are coming from, whether it's your egoic self or whether it is your heart-centered self, your soul, your higher self. The one that comes from your ego is more likely to tell you what to do, and the one that is coming from your heart center is more likely to give advice on how you can move forward and know that it's your decision. So you know, try and differentiate, and I use that word very carefully because I don't like that word. Just make sure that you understand the difference between the two. Work out which one and test it out. Test the water out. Ask a question and see how you get the answers, how you respond to the answers. When you're doing your own lives, Simone, listen, just stop and listen to the different places that these images, these messages are coming from. Pay attention to them. Caroline, party pooper, I haven't had a strawberry tea.
You said no alcohol. I was like, party pooper. I'm like the naughty child in class. Caroline invited me. It's her fault.
I know. I was a naughty child. I was a naughty child in class too. I really was. Well, actually, no. I've been. Well, Sarah, you should know. I'm always the one causing. If I'm not running the live, I'm the one causing trouble in the background.
Well, that's the fun part. I like to do it on the live and off the live.
Yes. Hi, Courtney. Okay, so again, give me a message on being able to hear them communicate with you better. Simone, this takes time. All right, this is not something that can be hurried through. This is something that you need to play with as well. When you go on a live, it's very different to picking up messages for people. I mean, it's just become a norm for me now. I sit in front of, the whole world. I sit in front of the people that are in the chat here, that are all over the world, and it doesn't faze me anymore. And when you're new to it, it's like, oh my God, I can't think. My angels, my guides aren't coming through for me. I don't get it. Why aren't they telling me my messages? They're not clear. They're making it as clear as mud. Sometimes it's meant to be as clear as mud because they want you to think about where you're going and what you're doing. No, Sarah's not gin and tonic, Simone Eloise. You can't drink and be spiritual at the same time. Keep them separate. I've said this once before. Keep them separate. Yes.
Tea.
Strawberry tea.
It's from the Aboriginals, all right? It's really good. It's natural.
Yeah. Do you have anything for Simone while I sit back and ask if there's any
I
more
do.
things?
I do. The card that came out for me, Simone, was about prioritizing yourself. The card itself states, you do so much for others. It's time to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. It is a really beautiful card. Yours is a beautiful soul. You're always reaching out to others to help lift them up. Your heart is open to those in need nearly 24/7. You sometimes wonder if the words, tell me your problems, are energetically tattooed on your forehead. Your loving heart and desire to be of service is a miraculous gift and a true sign of your connection to the divine. However, you cannot pour from an empty vessel. It is time for you to recharge your spiritual batteries by allowing others to care for you. Take a spa day, spend quiet time in nature without your phone, and pick days in your calendar when you're just not available to take care of anyone other than yourself. Open your heart to allowing those who love you to give back to you. Trust that others want to care for you rather than feeling like they're doing it because they feel like they have to. And I do this, I'm very bad at this myself, Simone, I'm not going to lie, hypocrite here. I am more than happy to give everything I have to everybody else, but if someone gives my child a lollipop, I feel indebted to them for that 50 cents or $1. I get it, but sometimes we need to reset and realize that our vessel is everyone's vessel is so important and so divine, so individual and so unique, but we need to recharge our batteries because we give so much. We give 24/7. Every human being has these powers, but when we are aware of them, we're like a walking blood transfusion machine, okay? So imagine the blood getting transferred from one to the other and we're refreshing it and making it fresh blood. You know what I mean? It's like that, but with energy. So as we're walking, we're like this battery that's just like conducting and giving everyone what they need. So if you walk into a busy mall or you walk into a nightclub, can't stand those places. But if I go into a nightclub, I feel so like when people run their nails down a wall, it's like, oh, creepy vibe. I can't have people too close to me in that sense. It's like that. But you've got to learn to release all that energy and then focus on you. I don't care if it's 20 minutes a week, but start to give yourself time that you go, I'm not available. I'm available for me because I need to recharge to give back to you, and vice versa. So your message is to prioritize yourself first.
Yes, prioritize yourself. The other thing that
With lots of love hearts.
Huh? Yes,
With lots
hearts.
of love hearts.
Yes.
Lots of love.
Simone, before when you said that you can see, and this is the other thing, Simone, you actually understand what you're doing. So I don't know why you're asking if you can have clearer message. Look at what you wrote here. I can drop in a reading and write channeled messages with no tools and not knowing the person, and I get good feedback. So, you know,
What's that called?
What do you? She's a form of medium as well.
Claire Consignant. Oh, hang on, let me get the book.
So Simone, you already have this ability. Clairsentient. Clairsentient?
Claircognizance. I'll put it. Yeah. So that's it. So
yes.
Those messages are pure intuition. So up here, that's when our brains get like an immediate surge of, you know, it could be a lot of information, but it's within seconds. So it's like a download and it's like snap.
Yeah.
So you could be typing to someone and then next minute you read over it and you're like, huh? Did I write that? Because it's like an intuitive thing that downloads and it just takes over. Yeah. So you just type in and you're reading. And when you talk, same thing. You're talking and you're giving advice and you're like, oh, I should probably listen to that. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
And we forget the messages straight away. And if you don't write them down, which is why I've got my head down here all the time, writing things down, because they come to me. And then if I don't write them down, I forget the messages. So yes, claircognizant. Simone, when you go back to work, you said that they will flock to you. They will flock to you naturally. I don't know what type of work that you're moving into, but they want you to be careful not to give away your gifts easily. Okay. It's something that you like to do for people, but they're saying just be careful with that. And yes, nursing. Yes, okay, I remember now. Nursing.
That's a good question.
Purity.
I'm trying to define Claire now, as in the start of all of those. Let's see what it says.
Claire, gift. Clear.
Bring light, clear, articulate, bold, clear, distinct, light. It's all about light. Claire is all about light. So that makes sense. Sorry, Bobblefred.
All right, so I've drawn a card for you, and it's called the Unicorn card. Card number 45, which is number 9. And I know Sarah likes to do numerology numbers, so can you, while I'm reading out the card, can you tell her what number 9 means in a minute? I've got the Unicorn card for you, Simone, and it is saying to you that you're ready to step into the innocence of a child and see the world from the eyes of wonder. Traditionally, unicorns represent purity, innocence, hope, faith, high ideals, and miracles. When you stop looking at the world through the lens of your past, you will find how fresh and wonderful the universe truly is. The past doesn't need to define you. Know that life can begin fresh and new. And this has got to do with your, you starting this new job as well. The card also appears when there is a need for inner purification and renewal. Take the time to release what doesn't serve you and support you in your life, and watch the miracles unfold. So you have already been stepping through all of this now, Simone. You've been stepping through this transformation in the last year that I know of, okay? So just take time to release that which no longer serves you. This is very important for you to understand. Just let go of it doesn't belong in your life anymore. Your whole vibration has changed. So just know that, all right? Unicorns are also symbols of miracles, magic, and enchanted living. The legendary creature can call on a seemingly impossibility to create itself. If you have a dream that has eluded you for a while, this card is letting you know that all things are possible. The purity of your heart is emerging, and it's time for sweet innocence to flood your being. Purify your life, step into your innate innocence, and believe in miracles because they're coming. How beautiful is that? You've got them coming. So the spirit of the unicorn says to you, no matter what happens in your life, step into your innate innocence. You have a pure soul. You are a child of the Creator or of the universe, however you look at that, guys. Let go of the past and see the world through new eyes, which you are doing now. You are actually living this, Simone. And almost miraculously, wonders will present themselves. So that was for you, Simone. That was called purity. So what does number 9 mean?
So 9's about fruition, attainment, fulfillment. I did put it in the comments for her. Also near completion, but with 9, so 10 is more a completion with the aid of others. 9 is a completion with yourself. So it's like a self-healing journey in that sense. And we're always healing, don't get me wrong, but 9 is emphasizing, especially with that self-care card to look after yourself, is emphasizing that you will feel fulfilled. You will get to that, you are at that near completion, but right at the end is that blockage of being able to give to yourself as well as to others. So I love that you give to everyone else, like we're doing it right now, but you have to give to yourself too. I've gone off lives many times and not come back for months at a time. That's not something I advise. Okay, I don't advise to do what I do. Don't do what Sarah does. But give yourself time. Give yourself breaks, because when you give yourself big breaks like that, it is really hard to jump back on. Like, I find it personally hard. So give yourself that break and know that you're at that near completion, but that last little push is for yourself. Okay, not for everybody else. You don't have to do more for everybody else. This part is for you. Okay, this is where we look at your heart and your soul and go, what do I need? What do I need right now? Do I need to go out to the bush and camp out there, or do I need to go, whatever it is you like to do? I love the bush. That's why I always say the bush. But I can go outside and I can go to my trees out here. I've even got trees out the front, and they do a triangle, and then the other side's upside down triangle, and they're right next to each other. So I have like the perfect grounding areas, and I always use trees, because obviously trees keep us alive and we keep them alive. They're wise, they're knowledge, they're grounded all the time. So just a simple hand, or taking your shoes off and having your feet in where the tree's rooted down and touching the tree, like there's nothing any calmer for myself. But find whatever that is that helps you. It could be painting, it could be drawing, it could be reading a book, but just find what it is that helps you go, not so much mind blank, but blank enough that whatever you're doing, that's all your focus is, like a hyper focus.
Yeah.
Find that. Find that.
Okay, Simone. Yeah, we are a force, aren't we, Courtney? I love Stella.
I love you too.
Isn't she gorgeous?
I don't know about that, but I'm like the rabid squirrel off Hammy. Is it Hammy? Over the hedge. I'm the rabid squirrel Hammy. That's me.
Simone says, I wish more people would access my healing and know the benefits of them too. Awesome. Thank you so much, both of you. Amazing, beautiful reading. That really helps me a lot. Gratitude to you. Okay, you're so welcome, Simone, and thank you for your donation, and thank you for allowing us into your energy to read you.
Consistency, like Caroline, that will get you places.
Sometimes I go live on Tuesdays and Fridays, and I don't know why, I've always done Friday nights, but occasionally on Tuesdays, sometimes I'll say to myself, oh, do I really want to do 2 a week? Do I really, really, really want to go twice a week with the lives? And when I don't go, I find that by Wednesday I'm starting to get really itchy. Like I need to get back to doing it.
It heals you to heal others.
Yes. So there you go. Yes, and Sonia, that your Friday nights is here after you've had your girls' night, so that's good. That's the way it should be. Really good
And
balance
next
there.
time, come on.
Yes, you could come on. I won't force you, but you could be working in the background here at the moment. Maybe, or maybe not. Maybe.
You said she had a drink, and you said she's not allowed to.
I was just thinking that my guys are saying, no, Caroline, no. So there must be a reason.
And I'm like, party pooper, jump on, son. 2 or 3 a week. No wonder you crashed them. Keith, I do shadow work. So when I do my readings, it usually takes about 3 hours. I don't shut up, and neither do you, the person, usually when we get that deep, because I don't advertise them. Because when I say I do shadow work, and we're going through 20 cards minimum. There will be more, but if you can't dig deep on that first card, I'm talking, we find a trigger. Yeah, you find the trigger. So that part they bring up that comes up in your mind straight away with the first card is something that's triggered you, right? But I go deeper. So yeah, that may have triggered you, but I want what's cause of that trigger.
Find out
so
why. The root causes.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is. It is very scary.
But that's how we unblock ourselves. That's how we realize that those things that happen to us, like there's things in my past that have happened to me that I wouldn't say, I'm not going to say it on the live, but it was horrible. And, I've come to the point of realizing that horrible lesson, that walking through the dark, feeling so alone, feeling so vulnerable, feeling so used and disgusting, it's like you come to the term and think, well, I went through that for a reason. And I have met so many people in my life that have been through the same thing, and being able to help them is why I went through that. And that sounds shit. I know it sounds really crappy, but that is why I went through it.
Yep. No, I agree. Absolutely agree. Okay. All right. Sherry Rice. We have Sherry Rice, then we have Sandra Lang.
Hey, Sandra. I don't think I've met Sherry yet.
No, I've read for Sherry, but I don't think I've read for her for a little while. Okay, Sandra, did you send it to my 236 account, Sandra? Just having a look here. Just let me know which one you sent it to. How do you get a read? Lalina Sonny, at the bottom of, actually, you might not be able to see it on YouTube. Hang on, I'll just put it on there. PayPal.me/Caroline Thomas 2. Anti-child trafficking fund for a guaranteed reading. So follow that link. Whoever asked me, Lalima, follow the link down the bottom that I just put there, and pop in your donation. Bearing in mind that you will be getting two readers here for your reading. Keith says, I'm the same, deprogramming the emotions. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Deprogramming the emotions is a beautiful way of putting it, Keith, because it's when you know that you're healing, when you don't become so sensitive to the emotions that go with that shadow work that you do, with the emotion, with the whole issue that happened way back when. It's when you can let go of those emotions that you know that you're healing. You can talk about things and it doesn't feel like it's hurting your soul anymore. Yes, Sonia, you can. Have you still got the link, Sonia? This is just for Sonia, so please don't anybody else pay it through here, please. Sonia. Oh, you have it. Okay, all right. Okay, so Sherry. Been wanting to move so long, but not able to due to finances. Okay, Lalima, that is not really enough as a donation, all right? You've only put in a very, very, very small amount. Most people put in around $15 or $20 for a reading. So have a think about that. If you would like a refund for the amount that you popped through, just let me know. Or if you want to add to it, that's also okay. And people, can you remember to put it through as family and friends?
Yeah, they like to take a nice chunk that you're trying to donate.
Yeah, yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right, so Sherry, I'm just dropping into your energy at the moment. So if you've got something straight away.
I'm not getting a move. You might. I'm not getting anything about a move. I'm getting more your vibrations, in a sense, in the spiritual sense. I'm getting a lot of spiritual messages. Your vibration is growing. It's rising. So a time of great spiritual growth for you, evolving to occupy a higher energetic frequency. And I will read that to you. Hopefully you can see it. The screen kind of makes it a bit funny. So it is possible, Sherry, you have noticed that you're feeling a little different these days. Perhaps you're aware that your actions and thoughts have shifted to a new, more spiritual vibe. Maybe you're finding it easier to have faith, and this is because you're currently going through a change in spiritual vibration. The frequency you are tuned into in your human experience is shifting because of the work you have been doing to become a stronger, healthier, and more spiritual person. This can sometimes be a little disorientating, but have no fear. This current vibrational upgrade will be complete soon. Pay attention to the way your body feels, the emotions you are experiencing, and the thoughts running through your mind. Talk out loud to your guardian angels and me as you start to have new and interesting experiences. Tell us what you'd like to bring into your life as well as what you'd like to remove so that we can make those things a part of your new vibrational reality. So in the context of how the words are written for that card, if you will in that financial abundance to be able to move, to be able to do what you want to do, it will come to you if you action that. So you can't just say, I want this. You've got to actually, when you want something and we will for it and we want it, it has to come from our heart center. If it doesn't come from our heart center and it's just, I don't know, an ego thing, or it could be a million different things, like you're just thinking about it. If it doesn't come from the heart center, it won't come to us. So we've got to action that, okay? Now, the second card that came out was Stand Alone. This card here with all it's like lightning, person with blue hair standing there. Be brave enough to do the work. Sometimes we wish that others would carry our burdens for us. We might want others to make us happy or to change something about themselves in order for things to be better. The reality is, we are the only ones that can change our life. We must do the deep and arduous work. No one is to blame for where we are or how we feel, and no one else can do the work for us. We are responsible for how we feel and how we react to others. The work can be hard, it can be exhausting even, but one day you will look back and be so thankful that you put yourself first and worked on you. Push yourself. You are stronger than you know. You can do the work, and if you do, you will be rewarded beyond your dreams.
Isn't that weird? And I just got, you said push yourself harder, and I just got pushing too hard. Whoa.
I got push yourself harder. This is self. This is yourself, your spiritual self. This isn't like push yourself harder for other people or anything. It's pushing harder for you, to do the hard work for you. Don't worry about everybody else. Don't worry about everyone that's around you, because I tend to do this where I'm like, I've got to help them and I've got to help them and I've got to help them. They're my best mates. I've got to help all of them. But meanwhile, I'm sitting back here and like I've just had news that my granddad's got 3 to 6 months left to live. I believe he has about 2. He's very, very ill. So I'm sitting here trying to help all my million best friends, and my energy is depleted. Yeah, like I'm feeling so low. Like everybody knows it's, we knew it was coming, but it doesn't make it any different. Those feelings are still there. But if you manage to pull in a little bit more to yourself instead of pushing out, push harder for yourself, bring it in. This is what I'm getting from mine. Not push as in push for everybody else. Don't worry about everybody else. We got to take this time for you. And a lot of people need this. I'm feeling this from so many people, even other people that are in the chats. We give too much. And you can't give from an empty cup, can we? How do we give? We're not even going to get drops. We're going to be tipping it, wait for it to come out. And there's nothing in there. What we're shaking is us, because we're trying to get more out.
Yeah, sometimes people misunderstand that. They don't actually know what it means to give, and then all of a sudden you can't give anymore. I think it's because there is no reciprocity here. There is nothing that, you know, you haven't been given anything in return for it. And that doesn't mean that you know, whenever you give something, you have to get something back. That's not how it works. How it works is that you feel that you are important, that you feel like you are deserving of getting something back, like reciprocity, having it given back to you. That's when your cup keeps filling up all the time. But if you keep giving without anything ever being given back to you, well, that's just so draining, and that's when we lose it.
Yeah, 100%.
Mm.
That's when we spiral and, you know, things get a little bit too hard and we're like, what have we done? Are we horrible people? No, we're just too hard on ourselves in the sense that we expect so much. I do the same. I expect so much from myself. I'm like, I'm going to get 10,000 things done today, and I get 100, and I'm like, that's still not good enough. What?
Okay. So Sherry, you know what I have all they were doing with me when Sarah was talking. I'm getting really hot here at the moment. Fuck.
I am too.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the sunroom. It's freezing.
Yes. Well, it's 11 degrees outside. It's not really that warm in my house either, but I'm just getting hot. So it must be my guides hanging around here. Sherry, they're telling me that. Well, they weren't telling me. They were asking me to pause. They were asking me to sit back and relax. And there's that word again, trust. Like, trust that everything is going to be divinely timed and work out for you. Sometimes when we want things and they don't manifest into being, we believe that the universe isn't listening to us. This is not the case. You are always being listened to. The thing is, they're going to divinely time this for you. Everything is going to work out the way it needs to work out. So when Sarah was talking before about pushing, you know, push yourself, all they gave me was you're pushing too hard. You're pushing yourself to the point where your expectation is, oh shit, nothing's happening. I'm pushing. I've got to keep pushing. I've got to keep doing this. I've got to keep doing this. And you know, I'm waving really fast here, thinking, fuck, I've got to wave faster because nothing's happening. I'm still hot. And as soon as I'm stopped waving, I'm heating up. So you know, back off. They're saying pushing too hard. They're also telling me that job change that you are wanting will happen, but again, it's not about it happening now. It's coming. I don't see it in the immediate future. It will come, but they're saying it won't happen without you. And at the moment, they're saying, Sherry, that you're wanting too much too soon. You have to level out. You have to just back off for a little bit and find out what is most important for you. But that doesn't mean that you can't keep manifesting them into being. What are you saying to me? Oh, they're saying you work too hard. Why have I got Courtney's name up there? I didn't want Courtney's name up there. Where's
give it to the universe.
Sherry. Did I put the wrong one up there, Sherry? Let me know if you're still here, Sherry.
That's exactly what I was getting at. So 100% exactly the same as what you were getting at, but I was going from the opposite angle.
Yeah.
So
so they're saying, you know, you've got to start thinking about yourself. All right. They're basically saying to me, they're giving me the word, you're an alcoholic. You're a workaholic. Sorry,
you got it stuck in your head because of Sandra drinking. Was it Sandra?
Yeah. No, it wasn't Sandra. Sonia.
Sorry,
yeah.
Sandra.
So Sherry, they're saying it's almost like I'm agitated. I'm anxious, and in order for me to control this anxiety, I need to do something. They want you to breathe through those moments, all right? Because this anxiety is teaching you something about letting go of control. Letting go of control. Hi, Olive. How are you? Hi, Marion. Yes, I'm still here. Okay. All right. So is any of this resonating for you, Sherry? Can't read that.
So this section here, the signs from that card about pushing yourself, strength, courage, self-development and work, but work on yourself, not work for other people. Because it did state in the first card that I pulled that 24/7 you're helping people. It's like heart on your hand and you're like, oh, what do you need? Feel free to take. And then by the time you go to bed, you're like, oh, well, there's nothing left.
Yes, it's resonating. It's hard to do, letting go of control. It is, Keith. Keith, I used to be the queen of control. I mean, I was the biggest control freak that there was. Well, now we're talking a long time ago. I'm talking over 20 years ago, okay? Until it was pointed out to me why I needed to control things. And you know, and the idea that I was slowing my own growth down like freaked me out. What the fuck? You know what? I'm slowing myself down because I'm controlling things. Seriously, that stopped me in my tracks. And you know that need to control things is something that is slowing your growth down. So just let it go. Hello, whoever's in the background there. Who's that? Not the kids, no.
Oh, that's Adam.
Oh God, okay. I'm thinking she's looking at me really weird. Hi, how are you?
He every time when I'm like, oh, I'm going live with Caroline, he's like, yeah, Team Caroline.
Yes. Okay, so where are we? Where was I up to?
You always know what I'm doing. Are you in my house, Caroline? Are you going through my portal right behind me? Like, how do you know what's going on in my head right now and before?
Oh dear me. Okay. Sherry. We've got two Sherrys in here, so I have to be careful. We're doing it for Sherry Rice. Okay, so pull back on the control of anxiety. I'm getting my words mixed up at the moment here because I don't feel like I'm in control of something. I don't feel like I'm giving enough. I don't feel like I'm contributing enough. Sherry, what's going on with that? Why do I feel a sense of I need to control a little bit more that's going on around me because it's not working the way I want it to work? They're asking you to let go of that and let it grow. Let go and let it grow. The more you try and control that, the more the harder it's going to be for you to be able to grow through this. So stop pushing that part of you so much, so hard. And breathe. They just made me take a big deep breath in and breathe. And that applies to anybody that's here in the audience. Please take a great big breath and put your shoulders back. Stand proud, stand tall in your own authenticity. Sherry, this applies for you in particular. They want you to stand tall. They want you to breathe and just know that you've got this. Let go and let it grow. Yeah. Sherry. Hi, Zoe Maria. Okay, so with that, they're just saying that there's not really that much more that we can put into play for you. I do see a move, but not in the immediate future, Sherry. What they're asking you to do is understand that they're putting things into play in your paths, And they said paths with an S on the end because
Mm.
you have a decision that you are going to need to make, and therefore those paths that you could take, they're setting these up now for you, and that takes time. So let it go. Just let it go. Hi, Summer. Please make sure that you follow my page. And yes, you can have a reading if you like. Just pop in your donation. We're just doing donated readings at the moment. And then after the donated readings are done, we might do some free readings, but they're very much shorter than what we're doing as in-depth. Where have I heard your name before? Summer Dawson. I've heard that name before. Thank you, Sonia. Even seeing it's frozen, let it go. Yeah, I don't know. I've used that the last couple of. Somebody asked me before too about when are we going to see Sonia live. She was live with me on Wednesday. Whoever asked, I don't know who it was. Okay, you understand. All right. They're saying to me, Sherry, that okay. Why are you telling? Okay, all right. You want me to tell her? Okay. They're saying that not all of this reading has resonated for you, and they're saying that that is okay because you need to take the time and the space to understand yourself, if that makes sense.
From the heart.
Yeah. Yeah. Putting things into place takes time, Sherry. Please understand that it can't happen immediately. Manifesting things into life, especially when you're going to have a decision to make, means that we have to set up two different paths, two different, almost like two different dimensions for you to travel into. So that will take time, that will take energy, and we're doing that now, but it is going to be okay. It is going to work out for you either way. Either way, whichever decision to make, it is going to be okay. Yeah. It will all click. Yes, it will. As you work on yourself. Yes. Yes, Keith. Correct. All right. So that was for Sherry. Sherry, do you have any other questions that you'd like to ask before we move on to Sandra Lang? And Sandra is our, we are up to date after Sandra Lang. So if anybody wants to put in a donation, please feel free to do that. That would be really good. Sandra Lang. Sandra, where are you? Woman.
Where are you? We find you.
No.
Oh, there she is.
Have a great rest of your day. Oh, it's at night time here for us, Sherry. So after the live, we'll probably go to bed, although it might take a little while to wind down. But you know, we are at 9 o'clock at night here. So wherever you are, you must be starting your day out. Sandra Lang. Sandra, have you got some sort of change of pace coming up, change of direction? I've got some sort of change of direction coming up for you as well. Change of direction. What was holding you up before was it wasn't the right timing for you. So all of this stuff that happened in the last couple of years was all put into play, and not just for you, for a lot of people. But they're saying to me that you've got a change of direction coming up, and things are going to be a lot easier than what they were a little while ago for you to find what you need to do. Now, they're still talking to me, and I don't know why I remember this, but they're shouting at me now. They're talking to you about volunteering again. We need you to volunteer, Sandra. And it's like they're standing there and they're saying, we need you to volunteer.
Do you want to know what's funny? Do you want to know what the card is that I got for it?
What?
Do not hide your light. Hey, Sandra. So, what is the light that we hold within, Sandra? What is it? I want you to tell me. What is the light that... Nottingham, Keith, that's where I was born. You're in my hometown, yo. What up? Sorry. So Sandra, what is that light that you hold within? How do you describe the light that you hold? I want you to describe that to me. What you personally think it is. Because we're going to dig deep on that.
That's a good idea. And I'm going to sit back and listen to this. Come on, Sandra Lang.
Oh, no. I want to know. I love that Keith's in my hometown. Say hi to my family for me.
Go and drop a note in their letterbox.
Yeah, I don't even know. They're spread over everywhere.
This is from Sarah over in Australia.
Australia.
Where are you, Sarah?
I'm such a bogan.
No more bogan than anybody else. Sandra Lang.
Be right back.
No, we're
Sonia's
waiting
be right
for
back.
Sandra to tell us what her light is.
Yeah, we're waiting. I'll read you this card, but I want to know what your light is. Compassionate listener.
And people are drawn to my energy.
So why are we hiding it? Sandra? Okay. The love we have, the fullness of our dreams, the urge for joy that we shackle till we give ourselves limits that make us feel blinded to the truth of all that we are. The light within you is longing to be freed, and it will not vanish, be stolen or shrivel. If you take it from its hidden place, bring it forth and let the light within you lead. Know that the sense of being the only person with this strange shining within will be replaced in time with the knowledge that your light helps us all escape our prisons, that your light illuminates the darkness of the lonesome path, and the world needs your light. So don't hide it, because you know what it is. You just explained it. And people are drawn to you, but they can't be drawn to you if you're not here. Then jump on. You can jump on with us too.
Yeah. So when Sarah says don't hide it, how are you going to become, that was my question to you, how are you going to become a spiritual counselor and healer? How are you going to achieve that, Sandra?
That's the card, by the way, Sandra, holding the light. Don't hold the light just for you. Spread it.
Okay, Sonia. I have no idea. Okay. How do you make that happen? Sandra, how do you make this happen?
How do you make it happen? You need action. Speak to Caroline about that. I'm really bad at coming on all the time.
I don't know about that. I can be pretty slack in that department too. It just depends on how fired up I am.
I think you're kicking goals, Caroline, and I'm like over there trying to find my ball still.
Sandra Lang, they want you to start putting things into being. They're saying to you, there's no, and as Sandra said, Sarah, as Sarah said, there is no more hiding. I kind of do it now. People come and talk to me now. Do you get
no?
Keep talking.
That's not it though. We want you to, yeah, people will come to you. People are drawn to empaths naturally. Even energy vampires, the ones that are like, hey, look, you got that. Sweet, it's mine. See you later. And they never come back. A lot of them do that to us. So you've got to remember to protect yourself always. But maybe start a page. Maybe you can join my little group. There's only 200 people in it. Go live in there or speak to, I think Tina's got about 600 when you want to go up. Go to that group. Just start little. Caroline, I think you have a lot of people in yours. Do you?
Yes.
Yeah. So then Caroline's, I think that has more than Tina's. So you could always start small and then just go up. You can ask Caroline, you can ask me, we can jump on together. We can help you get that confidence that I lack a lot of the time.
And, you know, it can be as simple as having an afternoon where you're in control of the live and you talk to people about being a spiritual counselor. You talk to people, you do healings on the live. It's like Joanna when she comes onto my lives. She sits in the background there and she does healings, because that's what she's good at. Can you out your group, Sarah? Oh, yes. Can you? Yes, Sarah, I need your group link. Can you pop it in the comments, please?
Yes, I will go find it. Give me 1 second. I'll find it. I was just replying to that we both need to practice what we preach. And I'm like, I already admitted I was a hypocrite.
I don't do cards. I just get messages. No, you don't need to do cards, Sandra. Right? When I first started doing my live, Sandra, do you remember I was doing healings and cards? Now I do my healings privately, and I do card readings, and I also get a lot of intuitive messages. Like I'll pick up the cards because they said they keep telling me draw a card and read from the book. So I do. But a lot of the messages that I give are intuitive messages. Sometimes people come left to center and they'll just rock up beside me and say, I need to give this person a message, and I deliver it. I do clothes pegs. I do clothes pegs. What does that mean, Keith?
Yeah, what do you mean by that? Hang on, I need to go back to the comments.
Oh, you've got Zoe Maria wants to join your group.
Huh?
Zoe Maria wants
to what pegs mean. I'm like, huh? Yeah, I did. I put it there, but I put the link and then I tried to tag it, but I don't know if it works on live. So I don't know.
No, she did. I just got a message saying somebody wanted to join your group, so it's there now. She's waiting.
Oh yeah, Caroline is one of my managers in there. She's like up there doing her stuff.
Close pegs. Read them. Oh, you read? Oh my God! Seriously, Keith? Well, read mine. Yeah. I need to see that. I need to see a picture of the clothes pegs, and I need you to read me. Give me a reading with clothes pegs.
You know what I'm really drawn to? Like, I know how people, like how Keith said the clothes pegs. I really, really love how people use the colors, like the silk material, and people pick by the colors. I love that.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so interesting and intriguing.
Yep.
And it depends on the order of the colors.
Yes, exactly. I actually, when I first became a reader, when I first started going into my psychic gifts, that was one of the things that we were told to go and get. Like, get the colors of the rainbows in a ribbon, right? And then you just put them all together. And we had to pick certain ribbons. We weren't allowed to open our eyes, and you just picked the ribbons that felt like they had a message to come through. It was just amazing, like all the different ways. Wow. Sandra,
I went to a psychic expo with my mum, and that was actually Caden was with us, my son. So he's actually did you see his mediumship? Holy crap, that kid blew me away. But anyway, so he went and done the reading because he wanted something different. He didn't want the cards. So he seen this lady with all her ribbons and glitter. So she had the ribbons, and then she had little tubs of glitter. So then he also picked the glitter. So he picked 3 ribbons and 3 glitters. And it was just, she blew me away because everything she said, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yep. And he's quiet and he's looking the other way because he's like, oh, she's calling me out. But I was like, how did you get that from ribbons and glitter? Like, that is amazing. Like, her intuition is like, whew.
Yep, amazing. Sandra Lang, Sandra, they're saying to me that there's no more excuses now. It's time for you.
Movement.
Yes. See, there you go. It's time for you to stop battling those, well, they're using the word demons inside of you. It's time for you to stop battling or stop arguing with your egoic self. It's time for you to harness the energy that you've got within and make it happen. You
don't swim against the current.
Exactly. Yes. Go with it. Go with it. Stop fighting against it. The more you're okay. Really. Okay. So they're saying to me that perhaps if you consider the idea or the thought that you may be holding up your own progress because you're not stepping into your power, and they don't want you to take that the wrong way. And if I've said it the wrong way to you, Sandra, I apologize. But they want you that they're really putting it on you to start putting these things into practice. You know what you are. You know what you're capable of. You know that you're a compassionate listener, I think you said before. You know that you want to be a spiritual counselor. You know that you're a healer. Start putting these things into practice. If you feel that you can make a living out of this, process it. All right? They're talking to you about volunteering. They're talking to you about lots of things that you can start to put into place. I don't know where to start. Okay, go into Google. That's where I would start. Okay, go into Google and see what happens when you call it spiritual counselor. Ask for spiritual counselor courses. Ask for healer courses. Go into a meditation group. See if there's any local to your area. Look up the local newspaper and find out what's going on there. Google light. Just Google different things. Right?
And there's no right or wrong place to start.
No.
Okay, there's no, if you start over on this side and you haven't done the work on this side, you're not wrong. If you start on this side and you haven't done the work on this side, you're not wrong. Don't stress or fear that where you start could set you back, because wherever you start is a step forward. Okay, don't fear starting.
It's a step forward, and this is what's going to come of it. All right, you'll just charge forward in your chariot, but they can't do it without you. They're standing here saying nothing is going to happen if you don't change things up. Nothing will happen. And that doesn't mean that it's wrong. It just means that Sandra isn't ready to do it yet. Sandra will start these things when Sandra is ready, not when any of us tell you that it's time for you to do something, even though I've sat here the whole time and said, stop hiding. Well, Sarah said it as well, stop hiding. It's time for you to go out and volunteer. These are all things that the messages that are coming through for you to help you make a decision about where you're going to go in your future. There you go. Keith has just said, Google spiritual churches, and they will have knowledge for groups and fairs and things. And that's also another place where you can do, where you can go and do some volunteering. Because they keep saying to me, when you volunteer, you will find work through that.
No, you're not hiding per se, because you're still open to helping whoever comes to you. But I want you to put yourself out there a bit more, in the sense of going live, or like when you're ready, of course, not just jump on, but when you're ready, doing more in the sense of being more visible and doing what is hypocritically of me, being consistent. If this is something that, draws at your heartstrings, and there's a particular thing that makes you go, I need to learn that, start there. Look up all these things, and whatever clicks and goes, oh, that's got my attention, I really want to know more about that. I love sound healing. I think it's amazing. Like, I've got a few sound healing ones myself because I love them. They're something that I study, not particularly to do for everybody else, but I'm studying it. So until I'm ready to use that, I won't. Painting, for instance, I'll start doing that, and I'll go live and I'll just paint until someone jumps on and wants a card. Just keeping yourself busy while you're doing it. Or I'll write part of my story that I'm attempting to write. That's that's work in progress, along with everything behind me, which I'll show later. I just get a sense of second guessing yourself. Like, even if you figure out where it is you want to start, that really makes you go, that's sick. You second guess yourself. Don't second guess yourself. You're amazing. You're an amazing, unique soul. Is that the Hanged Man?
Yeah, it is. But with reference to what you're saying, which way will I go? Which way will I go? I don't know which way to go. I'm hanging upside down. I don't know which way to go. Second guessing.
Always a crossroad, but you know where you want to go. Look up the things, whatever clicks, and you get interest. That's your way. Always trust yourself. You can't talk to yourself. You can't hear your own voice. It's not possible.
And I remember, Sandra, that you talked yourself out of, and it was probably the wrong timing anyway, that course that was available to you. Now, for some reason, Sandra, you have come up in my thoughts when I've had this lady come across my page again with the same type of course that you wanted to do all that while ago. So maybe that's just another one of those messages for you that you could take on board. It's not a scam, okay? The one that was available to you, the one that I've got this headache. Somebody's giving me a headache. I don't know who it is. This course that you're going to do, no, it's not you. No, this course is still available, Sandra. The one with the hands-on, where it was something to do with the energy centers of the body. Where the people, it's the healing course that you were going to do. You were asking me a long time ago, whether or not it was something that you could investigate, or you weren't sure whether you were going to lose your money if you investigated or wanted to do it. Could be you in the morning. No. What are you, Sonia? Sonia, are you still having a drink now? You've had your time with your drink. Yeah, so Sandra, maybe check into that. I mean, if it comes across my page again, I will send it to you. Joking mother. Don't call me mother. Don't call me mother.
Headache could be Sonia, she said.
Yeah, that's what she just said, joking mother. Caroline!
Oh, yeah, on the bottom.
Penny. Yes, Sandra. Yes, the spinal flow, that one. Does that resonate? When you put those words in the chat, did it resonate with you? Is this something that you could do? I'm being told that work will come when you start doing all of this and start putting all of this into play. Penny Evans, you could come on with us and practice.
Yeah, Penny. It's like Penny. A party over here. Well, it's not. I got party lights in a sense, so it's kind of.
I can set mine to buzzing over. Yeah.
We got a party going. Come join us.
I have them regularly. Okay, so it could be you, Keith. Yes, I did, but money is an issue. Okay, so Sandra, I don't know whether you can apply to Centrelink for this, whether or not these places, and again, they're telling me that you need to investigate this because the price will be reduced for you. But you have to walk into this and ask. Ask and you shall receive. Oh.
I'm sure they do help. Are you okay, Penny?
I was going to message you. I mean, no, Penny, I did message you this morning. Can you please answer my message, please? Please. Yeah, Sandra,
Money I see as, look, money to me, obviously we all need it, clearly, because of the world we live in. But money to me life to me is like that game of life, the game of life. Money is the way in which we are, in a sense, controlled by numbers everywhere we go. The days of the week, the times we start, the times we finish, how many of this we've got to do. Numbers rule us if we allow it, but we can call that in. We are the creators. We have that power. Obviously, money's not just going to fall in our lap. We've got to action that. We've got to take every step we've got to take, but will it from your heart. And don't will it as in I will it to come to me. Like Caroline said earlier, will it as in it's already here. Yeah, you can picture that bank account being full up, but you can't just think about it and it'll come. That's where a lot of people get confused, actually, because when I say a will is a thought and a thought is a will, most people will think they can just think about it and it's coming. Words, for instance, monks never used to speak, and why not? Because words are spells. Words are spells. So when we sit there, and I've done it today, trust me, Caroline knows, and I say, I'm just a failure at everything, that in turn is going to come back to me. And I just said it again, so that's going to be fantastic. But that's the type of thing that
cancel thought.
Okay, I cancel all those. But that's what I'm getting at. When we say it, that's a will. And up above can't differentiate between love, hate, like, dislike. They just know that thought is what we're thinking about, so they'll give it to us.
Yeah. So, the last thing they want to say to me, Sandra, is go and investigate this course again and go and ask, send an email or a message to the person who is in charge of these groups, because they're telling me that the price will be reduced for you. Right. And all you need to do is, oh, okay, they're talking to me about some sort of payment plan. Okay. Sorry. Where are we? I resonated with that kind of releasing trauma, spinal flow technique. Yes. Okay. Okay. So there's a couple of possibilities here for you, Sandra. They're wanting you to investigate that moving forward. Spinal.
Sounds like a magic fairy place over there, Caroline.
Hey, sorry. So I turn my phone
sounds
down.
like a magic fairy vibe. No, I don't care. I like it. It's like it's a cute little sound.
Hi, Catherine. How are you? Okay, so a spinal flow. Yes, do some research on that. All right, not just research. Start asking questions. Get yourself involved in it. Sort out a few of these details that are holding you back. Because it's your will. I'm using Sarah's words, Sarah's lines here. Will it into being.
Yes. Will that. Everything that we want, all the positive, it has to come from the heart. Always from the heart. We'll will it with you. You've got the cleansing and charging, and I've got the clear cord. We're good. We're good. So you've got the cleanse and charge, and I've got the clear cord, which is going to boost everything. It's like a boost. It's like turbo. Not turbo the snail, though. It's slow.
Okay. Do some research. Okay, I will. All right. Is there anything else for Sandra? Oh my God, seriously? Why did you? I have to say it because you've given it to me. This is going to be really weird, Sandra, but why are they showing me frozen peas? Really, really weird, really left of center. What's happening with the frozen peas? Is it
frozen
no, it's
growth?
not too late to donate at all, Catherine. In fact, you will be after Sonia, which is the next reading. Headache, yeah, it could be the headache, but they're showing me frozen peas. They're just showing me peas, lots of peas, but they're frozen. What's happening with that?
Well, green to me is about growth and balance. So is something off balancing you?
You tell me and we will both know. Oh, that's very pissing yourself laughing. Okay, have a think about that. Oh my God, seriously, that was really left to center. I do apologize about that, but if I don't say it, they just keep at me until I say it.
They give it in metaphors. So that P statement will come up somewhere in a metaphor, and it may make sense because sometimes they will. They'll give us a metaphor. That's it. That's all you get. Too bad. So sad. Some things just do that.
Yes. So what
they think it's funny. I don't think it's funny.
What she said.
I hate it.
Not moving. Well, it could be, yes, it could be frozen and not moving. So unfreeze them, Sandra. Start cooking them. Start boiling it.
I don't like peas at all, so I just give them away. But
no, they're not good for my. They're not good for my bowel. Not my bowels. My what do they call it?
Gallbladder?
No.
I don't have a gallbladder. It's gone.
Diverticulosis.
I would never have guessed that.
Stagnant, yes. All right. Okay, so let's go back here and see. I think we've got Sonia. Yeah, diverticulitis. I don't have diverticulitis at the moment, but the lightest part of it means it's inflamed. So losis is when it's not inflamed. I just have diverticulosis, but at the moment it's not inflamed, so it's not diverticulitis. Hope that makes sense. Yes, I've got that too. Well, maybe they're asking you to stay away from frozen peas. Do you eat frozen peas? Do you eat peas?
But green, don't you? You said green, and green has its own meaning. balance, peace, harmony,
Yes,
money,
yes,
safety, nurturing. That's green.
yeah.
Could have many meanings. Like I said, metaphor. So good luck with that.
Good luck with
Whoever
that.
came through for you thought that was funny. And again, I don't think that's funny. I have a spirit that comes through to me. I classify him as my brother, but he's not blood related. His name's Jason. That's who I named my son after. And oh yeah, he's hilarious. You know, I was sitting out the back a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, I got his voice in my head, and he's like, move the trampoline. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And I was like, hey, Adam, we got to move the trampoline. But it was so windy, he didn't hear me. So I sat down waiting for him to come out of the garage because I was going to get him to help me. It's a 16-foot trampoline. I can't move that shit on my own. So I was like, I'll just wait. And then I'm looking down at my phone, and all I hear is, well, guess you forgot about the trampoline. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to move it. And it's literally flying towards me. He
Oh
thought that
my
was funny.
gosh. That's why
I
they
didn't
wanted
find
you
that
to move
funny.
it.
And I was like, wow, my lesson's flying at me right now. Thank God that I am under the decking. And I just sat there because I'm like, well, I can't do anything about it. Then it got stuck to the guttering, and Adam has a bad shoulder, and he's the two midgets because I don't even make 5 foot, people. My husband's a bit over 5 foot, but I don't make it. So here we are trying to roll this huge trampoline against the wind. And I can tell you now, it got stuck multiple times, and I was trying to avoid my apple tree because it's only a baby. So that was fun. Yeah, that metaphor from my awesome brother Jason was absolutely amazing. So I am not a fan of metaphors, okay? Just give it straight.
I agree.
Two trampolines, by the way, not one, two flying at me.
No, one's enough. One's enough. All right, so we've got Sonia, and then we've got Catherine Yee, Y-E-E. Princess and the Pea. Yeah, there's a few different things we've got here. Jenna the Butterfly. What a lovely thing. Jenna the Butterfly, that's pretty. Yes, Zoe Maria, diverticulus affects your bowel. Yes, it does.
Wait, is that my Jenna? Is that my Jenna? Why can't I see that comment?
That's in YouTube. It's in YouTube.
Yes, that might be my bestie. She's in New South Wales. I hope
Jenna, are you besties with Sarah?
She'll be like, no, not that crazy nut. No, I'm kidding. She wouldn't say that.
Catherine, I got your donation as well. And please remember, guys, when you put your donations through, please put them through as family and friends because they take money out of it. And I can't send it on to the anti-child trafficking because they just take the money.
I want a page peg read, Keith. Come on, sharing's caring.
Page peg read. Oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you.
Well, I've never seen it. I have to see
I've
it.
never had a peg read.
Huh? Does he do live? Does Keith do lives? I want to see this.
Well, I was actually, well, I asked him before whether do you do lives, Keith? Do you do readings? I'm sure you do readings, Keith. Maybe
you should come on now and do one for me, like while we're live. That could be fun.
There you go. Yeah, that will get you used to it again.
Keith's like, go away, Sarah. Okay.
I want to. Well, Sonia, how about because you put in a donation now, Keith, where are you? Okay, so Keith, sorry, these messages keep coming up on my screen. Keith, are you open to doing a peg reading for Sonia at the moment? I mean, I know that the money is going to anti-child trafficking, but would you be a part of this and do a peg reading for Sonia? Now, when you said does that mean I can come on to the live and do the reading for Sonia and for Sarah? Or does that mean you can do it for Sonia? Just let me know what that means.
I don't mind if you don't do it for me, but if you come on, I just want to see it. I have to see this. Like, I've never seen it. It intrigues me.
Just let us know. Because Sonia said she would like one.
He said I can do. Send him that link.
I know he said he can do, but I need to figure out what that means.
Well, he said I can do, which means he has to come on, which means now you send him the link and he has to click it. He said he can. So, Keith, welcome aboard.
That was cool. I thought you were joking. So sorry. No. He's not joking. Yes, I can do the live. Oh, okay. All right. So, Keith, while I'm sorting you out, Keith, in the comments, so please keep your eye on the comments. I don't know if I'm friends with you at the moment, so you may have to send a request through to me. I don't know if you're friends on my page. Just give me a second. Am I friends with you, Keith? I'll soon find out, won't I? They're telling me why don't you just send them a message? If it doesn't work, you'll know. All right, so Sonia, you are going to get a peg reading from Keith, who is going to come onto the live for you. Frozen peas versus peas in a pod, like snap peas. Purr. Yeah, Joshvina, yeah. All right, so just send the link. Just send the link. Sonia, what do you mean just send the link? There you go. It is your Jenna.
Yeah!
It is your Jenna. Hang on a minute. What is it? What? Exactly. I just saw your message, Sarah. Okay, Keith Barnard, Abbott, you will find, you know it. You will be fine. Keith Barnard, no, exciting, cool. Sounds awesome. We all want that. Okay, all right. So, all right, just now, can you start reading for Sonia while I sort out what's going on with Keith? All right.
Yes, I can. Let me just get to the page.
I'm still here. I'll be listening. I'm still here. I just
you're good. All right, so Son, the card that I got for you, hopefully you can see it. I'm just going to hold it back a little bit. Number 27. So 27 is 7 and 2, which equals 9. So it is a journey yourself, using your own journey. You can have others help you, but this is a journey for yourself. It is time to shift your gaze from the path below to what is above you, for it is to these higher places you will journey to next. You will always have your feet on the earth, but for now you must lift your spirit by looking up and seeing the tops of trees. Learn what lies upon the next mountain. Discover the source that is the light that comes from the ease at dawn. It is to the highest places, the highest thoughts, the highest self that you must turn. For when you do so, the gift you hold within you will find exactly the right time, exactly the right place to be offered, and finally be fully held and appreciated. Now, the color in this card is literally just blue. Blue is about communication, about healing, and about trust, and to have that for yourself. So communication and healing and trust all over it. It's all blue. The whole card is blue. You've got yellow, a little bit of yellow, which is obviously the moon. It looks yellow on the screen, but if I'm honest with you, it's not as yellow as what it actually looks on the card. And then you got a little bit of white. So white being purity, white being your balance and the love and the light that you hold within you. I'm going to pull you another card. That's just from the Into the Lonely Woods, and I love that. What are you swearing at, Caroline?
Oh, sorry. Shit, sorry. I've just messed my screen. Hang on a minute. Don't share this. Stop sharing. How do I get my screen?
All I heard was shit, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, but I've messed up my screen. Cancel. I can't get out of my screen.
Oh, doesn't look messed up this side.
No. Sorry, I'm just talking out loud. I do apologize. I'll mute myself.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to find the card at the moment. Hang on. This book, I love this. I love this tarot deck. I find it absolutely beautiful. It's called Intuition. That's where I put the box. It's called Intuition. It's actually from New Zealand. Beautiful cards, beautiful words, but to find the actual card, they're not in alphabetical order or have numbers on them. So, that's fun. So let's just find water for you. Number 22. Huh? How funny is that? If Jen's still here, she'll be having a field day with that. 22 is 2 plus 2 is 4. So that's about your foundations. There it is. Saying shit a lot lately. All right, so water. I'll show you the card as I read it. So dip in and cleanse. Water is essential for the body, the mind, and the spirit. The water element helps us to get in touch with our emotions, allowing them to move within us and flow to the surface. It gently washes away our current worries and stress, but also allows old emotions to flow out, leaving us feeling deeply cleansed and purified. Water teaches us to go with the flow, to be in constant gentle movement, go easy and flow. Water offers us clarity and calm, a way to discover mysteries that lie within us. Comfort to your emotions, cleansing, release, clarity, healing, and flow. Now, with that in tow, I get a lot of, I feel and I think I've told you this before, I feel a lot of energy of give and receive, but not so much receive. You give a lot, but you don't get as much back. I feel like you are appreciated, but it's not, you don't feel appreciated. You don't feel like the people that you're helping see you. And they do, but they don't show that, if that makes sense, which then makes us feel like maybe we're doing the wrong thing. We start to second guess ourselves. I want you to understand never to do that. I second guess myself so many times, and I know that I shouldn't. Okay, I know I shouldn't. Caroline knows that I second guess myself with everything, because someone says something negative and I'm like, oh, I must be horrible. I don't do it, okay, because that rabbit hole is so hard to get out of, and I have been in one of those rabbit holes so deep that I honestly didn't think I'd get out of it. And that was just soul destroying, because I took on every nasty word anyone's ever said, and I just made myself feel like I am that. And that's not what it is. It's because, you know, steps of light, right? So you got your steps going up. Imagine that you're standing on this step and someone else is standing on this step down here. Now they want your help. Don't step down to help them. Put your hand down. Okay, if they don't take it and they don't step up to get your help, don't go down. Don't belittle or make yourself feel less than to help somebody. Never do that, because I feel like your heart is so huge that you give to make people feel better. It makes you feel better. I understand that. I get that. But sometimes we don't have it to give. So I love you. I hope that helped.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll send you another one, Keith. Hang on a sec.
And I feel really overwhelmed. I don't know if that's you. I'm like kind of like heavy. Like, I don't know, have you ever felt one of those weighted blankets? I've got one that's like 12 kilos. And don't get me wrong, when I lay down and put it on, it's so comforting. But imagine standing up holding that on your back like a cape. It just feels like getting dragged backwards. It feels that heavy on my back and shoulders. So just, it's really hard to when you have that feeling that everything's on you, it's almost like a black cloud. And look, when we dig ourselves so deep, it's hard to get out. But all you got to do is picture that ladder and picture yourself climbing up and out. Next minute, you've entered this place that is nurturing. There's animals everywhere. There's frogs leaping on lily pads. There's a waterfall. There's a hut covered in green moss. Like, just picture the place that makes your heart jump out of your chest and think, oh, I could so stay there forever. Put a hammock up in that tree and I'll just stay there for hours reading my book. Whatever it is that makes you feel lighter, go to that place. Yeah. It's other people's weight I carry.
Yeah. And
I talk about weighted blankets all the time doing readings.
Yeah.
I don't, but that's the first time I have. But obviously that's a reason.
Yeah. Pay attention to what you've written there, Sonia. I want you to change that according to what Sarah has said. It's other people's weight you carry.
Right.
Change it. Change that sentence around a little bit.
You know what's funny? I thought I lost my weighted blanket or gave it away, and I found it the other day in the cupboard. So it's really funny that she talks about weighted blankets. But it's, imagine a weighted blanket being clipped on here, yeah? All you got to do, unclip this side, unclip this side,
and let
it go. Do it in the shower. Just imagine doing it in the shower underneath the element, or being around a fire, or being outside in the air, or standing on the ground. Do it with one of the elements. You're spiritual yourself, so you've already got one, but okay, take a second one, wherever you can go, wherever makes you feel good. Go there and release it and let it go.
Okay. And I don't mean to write off the back of Sarah when she was talking about, you know, that it feels like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. Keeps taking me to a blank page. Okay. All right.
Weird.
Just give us a minute, Keith. That link, you didn't have any trouble with that link, did you, Sarah, the one that I sent you? Okay.
I Make sure, Keith, you open it if you're on a phone, make sure you open it on an internet browser, because if I open it just from the link and it goes to not the standard internet browser, it doesn't open for me. So I have to actually go into my Samsung internet.
Go through Chrome. Yeah, go through Chrome. Copy the link and go through Chrome. Open it in Chrome. Or Google,
Perfect.
Google Chrome.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what was I going to... Hang on a minute.
While she's thinking, my best advice, Sonia, is we can only tell people, and if they take that guidance, fantastic. But if they don't, that's not on you.
And we have actually spoken about this before, exactly what Sarah is saying. You can't do any more for somebody. You can't keep flogging a horse. You can draw the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. I could only do safari. Oh, or safari. You mean Firefox, don't you, Sonia? It's only really thrown at me. I just feel and absorb it. Yes. Okay. So, Sonia, this is what you have to work on, right? It gets thrown at you, you feel it, and you absorb it, right? I want you to we've talked about this bubble of white light before. We've talked about you screening and protecting your energy before. You won't absorb their energy. They won't be allowed to take your energy from you if you put that white light up. If you're an empath, but you don't have to absorb their energy. Right? You can watch it, you can see it play out, you can be there for them, but you don't have to absorb it.
Sometimes, unfortunately, we have to we can tell them and we can guide them, but sometimes they're just not going to listen, and we have to wait to pick up those pieces. Unfortunately, we can't, I'm not going to go into names or anything, but we had a family friend, much older, come over and we wanted my help, and let's just say that it didn't end up going that way at all. It was very, very different, but I don't really want to go into those details. But basically, he ended up leaving. He's getting the help he needs now, but I couldn't help because he didn't want to listen. He wanted to come for help, but he didn't want to listen. So there's only so much we can do, and never feel like you've failed someone because you haven't been able to help them understand. Sometimes it takes the lesson they have to have gone through. They've signed up for that lesson to go through that and to experience it, so then they can help somebody else get through that. And sometimes if we stop them from going through something that they're meant to go through, they'll end up experiencing that 2 times harder the next time, and then 3, and then 4. So unfortunately, we can't help everybody, but we can help those with their hands up. I hope that makes sense. Throw the absorption to the wind. Attachment is easy. You need to allow them help, but not to cling. Yes. I'm trying to light some sage. This sage is horrible to light.
I always have problems with StreamYard. You're on the phone. You have problems with StreamYard. Okay. Have you got Firefox? Keith, can you hear me? Have you got Firefox?
A way that I practice the bubbles as such, as what you call it, Sonia, is I literally just envision myself standing on the earth. Like, just close your eyes, envision yourself standing on the earth, bare feet. It could be sand, it could be whatever you want it to be. Wriggling your toes in the sand. Imagine vines coming up and wrapping around you, not hugging you, but not hugging you just hugging you nicely, a nice warm hug. And then imagine looking down. So below us, we've got Jesus, I'm getting confused now. Soul star above us, and the earth chakra below us. It's about your belly button down to your feet below you. So imagine the light coming from below all the way through your vessel going up. As that's doing it, take in some deep breaths from your nose and hold it for 4 seconds and then let it out. That's the easiest way to get the oxygen to our lungs. Do that 4 times. While you're doing that, let go of anything that feels constraining, heavy, dark, fear, shame. Let it all go. And then as the light reaches the soul star chakra, envision that dome going around your vessel and protecting you. Now, you always have your guide to the right-hand side. Our guides are always here. So when you lock yourself into that vessel, I usually do that when I go out, not so much at home, but it's good to do. When you lock yourself into that vessel, you've also got your guide to your right. So you've got a double protection there because you're always protected. You're never alone. Okay, they signed up to come with us because we all decided to come here. I don't know why. I'm still asking myself that. No answer. But apparently we decided to come here. So now we've got to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I want whatever I was on up there. Who said this was a good idea? When did I sign up for the war?
Or you knew who you were going to be.
I'm nearly on another 2 banned TikTok accounts, all right?
Ooh. Meanwhile, back on the live. Yeah, well, if you okay, so Keith's just downloading Firefox at the moment because Chrome's not taking him anywhere. It's just going to a blank page. So once you get into Firefox, just go in and copy and paste it into the address line when you can. Keith, I don't understand why this is. Did you? No, not yet, Keith. I haven't had a chance to. I'll look at it later. But if you can't get in through Firefox when it's time, perhaps you could do a peg reading for Sonia and just send it to her through Messenger or here on the live. It makes no difference. Sonia, do I have any messages for Sonia? Sonia. Okay, so I'm not quite sure what this means, Sonia, but they're showing me you in the ocean, which could represent your feelings. They're showing me 1 minute you're in an ocean, the next minute you're in a pool. It makes no difference. You're still in the water. What you've been doing is you've been swimming backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. And at the moment, what I'm seeing is one hand that's waving. It's like, you've done so much, you've done too much, and you can't do it anymore. I didn't even hear what your reading was about, Sarah. I was paying attention to Keith. But so, you've got the hand up as if you're waving to the lifeguard saying, I've had enough. I can't do this. I'm going to sink if you don't come and rescue me. So that tells me the messages that I'm getting for you is that you've been there for too long for people, right? And it's time for you to get yourself to the edge of that pool. It's time for you to take yourself onto the beach and get yourself out of that minefield of emotions that you've been sitting in or swimming in. It's like it's just like it's too much. It's too much. Well, often, sorry, we are friends. I think, Keith, you can send it to me through Messenger. Yes, drowning in it, but you're not quite drowning yet. You're just saying, hey, I'm here, and I feel really tired when I say that. I feel like I need somebody to, and they're saying rescue me, and I know you don't like being rescued. No, that's not probably what the intent here is, but you've got one hand up and it's almost like the other hand is beneath the water. You're treading water, but it's really hard for you. It's like almost too much for you, and they're asking you to make your way to the side. All right, make your way to the side and just sit there for a little while and just don't be involved in the drama. If it's just giving me a freaking break. Yes, a break. But in order for you to get that break, I think we have him. Just give us a minute. Oh, yes, there he is. Just give me a minute, Keith. Okay, can you just wave at me? Just wave at me. Okay. All right, just give me a minute. So but it's nothing major, just niggling shit. Yeah, but it's that niggling shit that turns into other shit. When we know that this stuff is niggling at us, the more we don't listen to the messages that we've been given, the worse the situations will get. All right, so pay attention to them. Obviously, oh, look, she's got a green bottle there.
I have an example to show for what you're explaining in a sense.
Thank you. Thank you.
So obviously there's water and there's oil in here, right? When something happens, an argument happens, and we react straight away, it's all mixed, right? All the emotions are mixed. We have no idea what's going on. We're just reacting because we're empaths. We take on the feelings of those we're arguing with or having a debate with. So if we react straight away, we're just reacting with their feelings and emotions as well as our own because they're getting mixed inside. But if we wait it out, you will see that it starts to slowly separate, and it will. All the green will end up back down here on the bottom. So when we're dealing with something, we don't have to react and get things done straight away because we're taking on their emotions, so we're all mixed. But if we wait, it will separate, and I'll show you that. You can see it already. The dark green at the bottom, back down to the bottom, the whole bottle went green, full green. You can see that separation. It's happened already. We waited about 30 seconds for that.
Yeah, that also applies to, empathic feelings. You know, when you can tell the difference between your own and somebody else's.
Yes, 100%.
Keith, hello.
Or you can take me off so people can see him better if you want, just while he does what he does.
No, do you have to really? Do you have to take me off, take you off so they can see me better? You know?
I love your accent. You're calm.
Hello.
So we're going to drop you in the deep end, Keith. Talk to us about your pegs, and the first person that you're going to do this for is Sonia.
Right. What it is, it's normal clothes peg. So it's a clothes peg that you hang clothes up. And Spirit, one of my guides was saying, you know why you use clothes pegs? And I says, no, not really. This is because you don't like to look at their dirty laundry. And so in other words, you're using clothes pegs for clean laundry, so you just skirt over the top, which is what I do. I don't go in depth into abuse or anything like that. What I normally do, the way I work is I'm a clairsentient. I do a bit of clair everything. And it just happens, you know. So we're doing for Sonia. What I do is, well, you can see my pegs, and they've all got words on, right? I've got a bag of words to write down, put it on, and then we go with the words. It's a bit like ribbon reading.
Yes.
I can do ribbons as well. Colour's my favourite thing. So we're doing Sonia.
I did see you write that before when you said colours were your favourite things.
Colours are life. Because we are chakra-based energy centres, and the rainbow is the emblem of our colour. You know, our base chakras are wow. I don't know what's going on for you at the minute, Sonia, but what I'm feeling in this moment in time, yes, I'm feeling that you're doing quite a material level within your life. I know I've just, look, we've got one of those out. When was the last time you picked an holiday? Because the first one that came out was holiday. You've got 3, by the way. First one that came out was holiday. And it's about embrace is the next one. And I want to say the next one is fruit. Now, as we look at these words, but I do feel that you're going through the turmoils, and like I don't know whether the Sonia one was the bottle shake up, everything else. What I'm feeling is agitation. I'm feeling very stressed. I'm feeling very undressed in front of people, if that makes sense. I'm feeling quite naked in front of people. What I want to say to you is, why aren't you taking a step back? The normal emphasis that I normally say to people is, be the goldfish in the bowl. You know, within your mindset, just be the goldfish within the bowl. You don't have to give a reaction and answer to anything, to any situation, to anyone. And I want to say to you as well, I don't know whether it's a grandmother that's in spirit as well. She is very adamant. You're very much like her in stature. the way you present yourself, the way you come across yourself. You're very kind, you're very loving to everybody else, but you're not that to yourself. And I'm feeling very much that you need to do that for yourself. I don't know whether you booked the holiday. As I'm looking at the holiday, whether you're trying to book a holiday or you'd love to go on holiday or you look whatever you want to do, but that is the holiday that's coming in. Spirit are very, very aware. I don't know whether you've got a child in spirit, because I'm seeing a lady and I'm seeing a child as well that's with the lady, and they're holding hands. And also I'm just seeing a cat that's gone wandering about. So I don't know whether you got cats as well. But I'm being told to embrace your life for you, not for anybody else, but for you. Whether you've got kids or not, embrace it for you, because the love that you are is you. It's not anybody else, it's you, totally. And then we come to the fruit part of the peg reading, and it's saying to me is the fact that when have you been the apple in your eye? Because you've been the apple in your dad's eye for a long, long time, and in your grandfather's eye, and also let's go back to the ancestors, we'll go back to great-grandfathers and so forth. You are the epitome of their lives, and you are bringing to this world your life is just about to begin. You're going through a stage in your life where you've got to make the choices. You've got to say no. I can't swear on this stuff. You can't say no to people, but you have got to say no, because at the end of the day, it's your salvation, not theirs. You're doing it for your salvation, not theirs. Somebody's just asked us, is that about it? And they went, well, we want to give a name Steve, and you've got a birthday past an anniversary in March. And I want to say there's one in February. There's also one there's one in September. And I'm saying there's one hovering around December time. There's something to do with December time. And I want to tell you that they all love you. They all support you. You've seen many feathers and you've seen many coins on the floor. And I want to say that, you know, you're a lovely, lovely, kind-hearted soul. I want to cry and hug you so much and say bloody no to people.
Yeah, oh, thank you, Keith. Thank you. Absolutely. Say fucking no.
I muted myself because I don't shut up, but I love that.
Yes.
I know.
That's who I am. Done a live for about a month and a half, and took summer off because that's who I am.
Wonderful.
Well, Keith, I don't know how long I took off, so you've done better than me, because I think it was like, what, 6 months maybe, Caroline?
Yeah.
Well, you see, the headache, Caroline, is probably mine. It's spiritual build-up. They normally collect and collate when I'm on a live or something. And then when I see a reader, and I assess readers because I want, at a later day, I'm going to set venues up for people to employ readers and things. So for me, it's about, they all start powering up in my head, and I'm like, no, I can't hear you all at once. It's not very often I see people. I can't read the comments very well.
It says,
oh, they're terrible.
About the cat, my cat passed a year ago. I feel on my bed of a morning.
Oh, I know this sounds a bit not right, but you get the smell of cat poo every so often, because I do have the impression towards the end of its life, it used to miss its tray, cat litter tray, and also used to spray the furniture by the look of it as well, because that's what I'm being shown. And they do it for a laugh to cheer you up on your sad moments. It's,
that's what my dad does to me, because he knows that I can't stand the smell of smoke. And every now and again, I'll walk past somewhere in the kitchen or in the hallway, and I'll go, God, he's here. I can't stand the smell of that smoke. He does it deliberately, I tell you.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Keith's amazing. And I'm like, maybe I don't want one. He's going to call me out. And I'm lying.
Well,
you'll see every facial expression.
Sonia says,
well, I can't see it because it's a dead tiny screen. I'm on a phone, so it's only like dead tiny pictures.
Sonia says, not a sprayer or crapper, but I hate the smell of litter. Clean it not. She doesn't clean it. She never cleans it.
It gets worse.
Yo, Sonia. Sonia.
Well,
Okay.
I know it was something to do with cat poo, and it was something to do with furniture and the smells. It's very much the smells.
Yeah.
Because I smelled the smells as well quite a few times. Clean or not.
Clean or not. She didn't like the smell of the catty litter. The kitty litter.
Right.
Fuck.
So, Sarah, you said you wanted one.
Yeah, let's go.
It clawed her lounge.
You're going to call me out. Let's go.
Well, I see long draped curtains, and now I've seen a settee. And it's like a silky settee, even though it's not silk. It's like a smoothly shiny pattern settee type thing that was being shown.
Correct.
Yeah. So
that my lounge room has long drapes, and I've got a couch that's grey, but it's me.
Oh, okay. All right.
I think.
So before we start with Sarah, Sonia, do you have any questions that you'd like to ask before we move on to Sarah's peg reading? And then after that, Catherine Yee has also put in a few extra dollars in for her to have a peg reading as well as a reading from the two of us. So if anybody else wants to have a peg reading from Keith, please by all means pop a donation in, and you will get all three of us nonetheless.
I managed to see that bit. It said destroyed her leather settee. Oh dear.
Yeah. All right. No, you need to cut. All right. So
that's when he's jumping across. He's like, "Hey, look at me! Do you remember me?"
Oh, I've seen your cat. Your cat and your dog fight. They're still fighting?
Yeah, they still hate each other.
This is fun. Come back again. Yeah, I'm sure he will, Sonia.
I will now. I can get the link. You know, for me, I've come to a stage in my life where I realised that you don't have to graft to earn money. You don't have to really graft. It's a complete lie about you have to work for money. You don't. You really don't have to work for money. And now I've come to a stage in life where I can afford to give to people. And to me, the cause that you do, I can't fault you. I really can't fault you. You know, it's a beautiful cause, and
really,
I don't mind donating.
Thank you. Thank you. It is a worthy cause. Absolutely. All right, so let's do Sarah's reading, her peg reading, and then we will move on to Catherine Yee.
Before I pull the peg, I want to say, when was the last time you actually gave yourself a love, Sarah?
A love?
Yeah, when did you cuddle yourself? When did you hold yourself and say, I love you? Because that's all I've been doing with these pegs. That's what I've been doing with these pegs, is giving myself a love, and I want to give love.
Don't. If I'm being honest, I don't.
Yeah. You know, I don't know whether you should father this in spirit, but I've got a fatherly figure with me, and I want to say he's supporting you 100%. You know, I do feel that the person that is there in spirit, I do feel that then didn't give that support, or you never felt that support during his earthly plane, or there was a disconnection somewhere along the line. That's what I'm getting. All right, to start with.
Is it an older gentleman?
Yes.
It's my granddad. He lived in England. I live here in Australia.
Oh, it's in the UK, Nottingham. Oh, wow. Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Right. Nottingham. Yeah, I'm it.
Jenna,
my mum
said. Sarah, you said something about Sarah's reading. I'm so excited. What has she put in a donation somewhere?
Who's?
Jenna the butterfly, the person that you know, Sarah.
How come I can't see her comments?
Because she's coming through YouTube. She said Sarah's reading. I'm so excited. Maybe. Yeah. Okay.
She might be excited by this one.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Go for it.
Right. I know what you said earlier about the fact that you come away from doing lives and you come away from the world. And I've just picked this peg up, which is quite apt because it's Guy Fu, which is sealed with a loving kiss. And on the back end of it is quite a bruised and battered. It was quite, and when I picked it up, it was nearly falling to bits. And I do feel that you've come into a stage of that at the moment. You've been through a stage and you're coming to another stage of it at the moment. When are you going to get off the roller coaster ride? Because you don't need to serve that roller coaster ride.
Roller coaster reading. Look,
go on.
I'll be honest. I am I do love who I am, but I take criticism that I shouldn't take.
Mm.
And I wear it like a Harry Potter blanket.
Yeah, but don't we all, you know, we all do what we need to do for us to survive in our life. But at the end of the day, right, you know you better than I know you, and more than Caroline, you know what I mean? You know you better than anybody else. But I'm feeling the fact that the roller coaster ride is a trait of a drama, from drama to drama, and you don't need to be going through that. And I'll be honest with you, and I do promise you this, that you can plateau it out. You come into a site where you are at a level of mastery of yourself. And when you start to mastery of your life, yes, you're going to have the bumps in the road. Yes, you're going to have this, that, and the other. But I want to say to you, why do you have to go so deep, so far down? Because you're doing your shadow work, but you decide to go and unpick all that shadow work stuff up. And it's like, I did that like 12 years ago, or I did it 50 years ago, or I did it 100 years ago. I'll unpick it just to double check because I want to feel that low.
Yes, I am so bad at that. When I research or I look up something, I will go so deep that we're pretty much at the bottom of the ocean, all right? Like I am really bad like that. I agree.
Yeah,
you can call me out. I 100% am like that. And I know that it's a bad thing, but for some people it helps, but I have to learn to,
Right. I will give you a clue, right? On the back side of this peg, I was going to say coin. On the back side of this coin peg, it's split. You can see it's split. It's dark one side and it's dark, you know. But what it's showing me is the fact that it's up to you. It's your choice. It's a given choice to you about whether you want to do that, how far you want to go down. But I think you've berated yourself enough over the years, and I think you've berated yourself enough at least 3 or 4 times this year alone, right?
I would say about 10.
Like, well, I'm allergic to alcohol. My body's allergic to alcohol, right? Because of my misspent youth, I used to abuse it on a regular basis for a long period of time. Now, if I go on a bender, I know it's going to take me a week to recover, right? So when I talk a bender, it's a bottle of red, bottle of white, and then I'll probably go through the cupboard of shots and God knows what. But then it'll take me a week or so to recover, right? Yeah. Because it will come out in my skin, and my skin will start to split and everything else because it tends to burn the insides. I know I can do that and go for another year before I have another drink, you know. But you're doing the I know this sounds bad. It does sound bad, I'm telling you off, sorry.
I'm happy to hear it. That's why I said call me out.
It's like you're doing the binge. It's like you're doing, I'll abstain from chocolate for a long while, and then I'm going to have loads and loads of chocolate. I know you do that anyway, but...
Well, I'm actually really bad with eating lately. I think maybe I have an eating disorder. I don't eat anything apart from soup. If it's soup, I'll eat it. But if it's not soup, I won't touch it. I don't even eat chocolate anymore.
It's because of the textures. And why? And the other thing is I want to bring into you is the fact of, do you love food? And do you love the food that you cook? And do you, because at the end of the day, you're giving the nourishment to your body to help you to survive, to do what you need to do.
Yes.
With me, when I buy my things from the shop, I bless all the things I buy. As I'm walking home from the shop, I've got them in the carry bag, and I ask for God and angels to bless all the food that I have, to clear all the negative, transmute the negative energies that people have put on them from the meats and everything else. And then when I come to cooking the food, I put love into that food that I'm cooking, so that I know that my body's going to love that food, right?
Yep.
And so it's a process of elimination, because at the end of the day, the drinks is another one. Love the drink that you drink in, because then you're putting that love within yourself. And I want to give you that as well. It's self-love with you, very much so. And the Gai Fu, which is a rune stone, I call it Gai Fu because I think it's sealed with the loving kiss. It's a kiss, right? So it's an X. And I think, well, it's time you had some of that kindness given to you that you give to so many other people. And readers are renowned for being absolute, I can't use them words because it's somebody else's live. I want to say we are renowned for giving so much love to other people, but we don't give it to ourselves. And I want to say that. I want to cuddle you. I want to love you. I want to feed you. I want to feed you a proper ribeye steak, a nice ribeye steak with garlic mushroom, and just gently.
I'll have that. I'll have it.
Right, okay.
I'm not a vegetarian, but you shove a steak in front of me and I'm like, sorry, my cat just called me. He needs to be fed. I'll be back. I can't do animals in front of me, and I'll tell you why. My brothers used to tease me every time they'd see an animal truck go past and say they're going to go get chopped up and slaughtered and really nasty stuff. So me eating meat's a really hard thing, but we grow our own vegetables and we cook them.
Well,
we do eat
but vegetables have feelings too, you know.
I know.
I have feelings too.
I'll cook meat, and I'll like the kids and Adam eat meat, but I don't know.
Well, I could do a veg biryani, you know. But it's the fact is that when I cook, I make sure that I put positive love in there, and so when you come to eat it, your body's, because it's a solid format. And it's a fiber, whatever it is that you're putting into you is a solid format of love. It's your love that you're giving to you from the angels, from God, whatever you want to, whatever your deity is or whatever, you're giving that love to self. And that's the most important bit, no matter what it is, whether it's soup, whether it's veg soup, whether it's water, whatever it is, put that love into that first before you consume it, you know. The idea that they used to do blessings, do a prayer for food, I totally get that. I totally understand it, because before you eat your meal, do a blessing, a prayer, and give thanks to everybody and everything. Yeah. I totally get it, because you're clearing all the crap out of it.
Me and my husband talk to our vegetables, okay?
Oh no, I talk to my trees. There's nothing wrong with that. Guys, we need to move on. So if you've got any more pets for Sarah.
That was funny. That was really good. I appreciate that. Thank you, Keith.
All right. So, okay. Thank you for that, Keith. That was very enlightening on Sarah. That was very true too. Very true.
100%.
I only do what's needed and what needs to be raised. I do what's needed to be raised.
Yes. Okay. All right, so we've got Catherine Yee up, and she has actually put in a little bit more of a donation to get the PEG reading. So we're going to, all three of us are going to read for Catherine. Now, I don't actually believe that I have read for Catherine before. And straight away, Catherine, they're telling me that it seems to be the night for giving too much to people and not giving enough to ourselves. I'm picking up that you and I almost want to cry, because you just keep giving and giving and giving. It's like I'm giving my whole self to this, and I don't get enough back. And I'm quite floored by the feeling that I'm picking up for you, Catherine. So just please let me know if this is resonating with you, because I just. All they want to do is kind of what Keith said to somebody before. I think it was Sarah. All I want to do is just give you a great cuddle. I just feel like you're not getting enough love for yourself. Like the self-love is trying to happen for you, and I use that very carefully. but it's not. It's like somebody is taking your energy. You keep giving and giving, Catherine. Yes, that's so true. Okay. I'm
trying to get back to the live on this phone. It keeps kicking me out.
Okay, so sorry, I've got feedback. Can you mute yourself for a minute, Sarah? I'm still getting it. I'll just mute you. No, she's removed. She's muted. I'm getting feedback. Maybe it's Keith. Okay, feedback. No feedback. Okay, all right. So, Catherine, I can see that there's a child in your picture here at the moment. You've always been that way. They're asking you to feel about yourself the way you feel and give to other people. Why is it so hard for you to give back to yourself? Why is it so hard for you to step into that person that needs you? There's a part of you that's crying out, Catherine, that is a younger self. It's a younger version of you that wants the attention, that's crying out for the attention, that didn't get the attention when she was a child, and now she gives almost at the expense of herself, and the same, more likely the expense of herself, just to get some attention that you didn't get when you were younger. They're asking you to work with that, because you are an overgiver, and being an overgiver is a lesson for you here, Catherine. There's a lesson here for you. They're also talking to me about your child. They're saying that your child came to you to learn the same. Oh, that's interesting. To learn the same types of lessons. Sorry, did that come out the right way? To learn the same types of lesson. So in order for you to teach your child not to give at the expense of yourself, they're asking you to learn this now. They're asking you to learn to give yourself, to give for yourself and to yourself, so that you can teach that to your child. I'm hoping that this is making sense to you. Overgive, overcare. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. Catherine, I feel bad if my loved ones are not blessed as I do. So I share what I have when I have extra. Yeah, and that's okay, as long as it's not at the expense of yourself. Giving, you don't get me wrong at all, Catherine. Don't get me wrong. Please don't take that the wrong way. If you have extra to give people, give it to them, but don't give at the expense of yourself. There is a fine line between giving to somebody and being taken advantage of because you are such a giving soul, and giving it yourself that same type of love that you give other people, that same type of dedication that you give other people. They're wanting you to understand the difference between the two. So they also want you to recognize that at some point when you were a child, they're talking to me about the at age 8, maybe 8 years old, somewhere around that age, where I don't know what the number 8, that they're telling me the 8 has relevance here as well, that you had to fight. You had to fight to be noticed. You had to, and the only way you could get that was by to be seen is by helping someone. And you're an overgiver. You give too much to people, and they're saying that sometimes you recognize that, but you just don't know when to stop. And this is one of your lessons in life. This is something that you can work with for yourself. That resonates. Okay. That makes sense. Resonates, and that's okay. All right. You've this is, I don't get, okay. You've got a lot to teach your child, but in order for you to teach your child what you know is right, you need to learn these lessons for yourself first. You still have time to do this because you know what the difference between each of those is. So make sure that those boundaries are put into place so that you can teach your child how to communicate their needs. And I think this is the way that kids are being brought up now, so that they understand. And I think Sarah will agree with me that that they understand their needs, that they understand their emotions, that they can actually verbalize and communicate to us what it is that they need out of life, what it is that that will make their world rock, so to speak, without going and using anger or frustration as a mechanism to defend themselves. They can use their words. And now I'm just getting lost in all of this, so I'm going to hand you over to one of the two of these people. Whoever wants to go next is, and I'm just going to sit back and listen for a minute.
Do you want me to go, Keith, or do you want to go? I don't mind. You're muted.
Not muted now.
I'd put myself on mute.
All right, sweet. Right, so the first card I got was Lay of the Land. So this card's number 34. So 3 plus 4 is obviously 7. So it's about knowledge, retrospect, and also awareness, massive on awareness. Now, this card in particular goes across your past lessons about being well informed, ancestral wisdom. I think you have 4 children. Did you have 4 children? I think where's your display picture? You had a display picture. There's definitely one, a younger one. I can see that. The love that you have for those children, I feel is massive, massive. Love for your family. You give. There's no ifs, buts, or whats when it's family, and I'm exactly the same. I get it. But there's going to be times that you're meant to discover and explore those new terrains, right? So terrains in your life, even to be part of a wave of change. And it's one of those times. So there's going to be something that's you're contemplating that's perhaps new to you, but others have laid well-worn paths and left wisdom for you to rely and reflect upon. And this comes back to your ancestors. So I don't know if you're very spiritual. I feel like you are, because the second card was about opening up to those spiritual gifts. It's so you have a better understanding of the potentials and the possible pitfalls of the journey. And when you know the lay of the land, so I feel like you understanding what's going on, not having control, but understanding where you're going, how you're getting there, and when you're being very organized, I feel is that. But sometimes we've got to allow ourselves just to go off onto that unbeaten, unpaved path and just see where we're going to go, where our intuition takes us, where we feel at home, where we want to explore. So it's a path that promises success in all of those areas, and where others before you have dared to tread. So that's what I've got for you. So I'll pass you over to Keith.
Oh, thanks. I don't know whether it's me or you, Catherine, that I just want to daydream. I just daydream out the world, and I want to get everything right. I want to do it, bring everything, do it how it's supposed to be done, but I seem to get confused. This is not from Pegs. This is what I've just been digesting. I was told not to listen to what meant to be what you were saying, Caroline and Sarah was saying, and they were saying, do it by you, do it who you are. Do it the way you do. You know your kids better than the doctors, better than anybody. You know your kids better than anybody. And at the end of the day, are you knowing yourself? And that's what I want to emphasize. I remember Caroline saying about the fact of we can do things, we do things for other people so much. but do we actually acknowledge what we're actually doing for ourselves, or do we acknowledge the emotion that we're going through within ourselves? I do feel that this moment in time, you've been going out through quite I wouldn't say a dark cloud, I'd say a grey cloud, and it's been hanging over you. There's been a bit of a shock just recently that's got you to a certain stage, because that's what they're showing me. And what they want to emphasize to you is the fact of, when are you going to take stock of self? And I want to bring that back forward to you, bring back to self. And I think this has been the theme of most of the live, really, is about self-love, self-control, self not letting control of other things be a problem to ourselves. That's been the emphasis of the live, you know. And I want to speak properly as well. You know, I'll just draw you a peg. Oh, we've got one out. Here we go. Oh, it's saddle. So it's like a horse's saddle. Yeah. I do feel that you've been doing quite a bit of settling for this is your lot. You know, you've been saddled with it, so let's settle with it. You know, am I worth more? Yes, I am. But I'm feeling I've got to settle. I've had to make do. I've had to do this. You know, any penny I've pinched, I've had to give to Robert, to pay Peter, to pay Paul, and at the end of the day, it feels like I've been going round in circles, round and round in circles, and I feel that at the end of the day, where are we at? Where we've been in the last 10 years? What have we been doing? Have we been giving out to make people happy? But it's, you know, I'll give you a little story because to just emphasize it. I used to go and help somebody out regular, but I used to walk miles to go and help them out. And I haven't had much, and I've had to settle and everything else. And then it got to the stage where I was helping people out, and I started to get really disgruntled with myself. And as I was walking up, I started to argue with myself. Why did you say yes? Why did you say yes? And I'm going, I don't know. Why did I say yes? Really, I was having a two-way conversation with myself all the way up there. Hour and a half later, I get there, and I'm tired, and I'm frustrated, and I'm angry, and I'm agitated. And then I thought, you know what? I'm just going to voice it out. I don't know why I said yes, but I'm so upset about it, and I've got worked myself up. And she was like, "Well, I didn't know that." I says, "Well, yeah, I'm just laying the guilt at your doorstep because I said yes to you." You know what I mean? I don't mind doing it. Why am I putting myself out to do things for other people? Why? Why am I going to argue with myself over it all? And I want to bring that emphasis to you and to everybody that's listening on the live that's going through the same similar situations. You know, we do things for reasons, right? And what reason is that? To help somebody out. We do it because we can. That's the best reason. We do it because we can. But when are we going to do it for... Do it and all done for you. You ain't done for me. But did you do them in the first place to help other people out so that they can help you later? Was there a condition with the gifting in the first place? And I don't think it was. And I think that you feel you're going through a bit of self-pity as well at this moment in time. And I want to say to you as well, and I'm being honest, but I look at it the way I look at it the way I look at it, and it's the fact that as I'm doing, you've got a birthday passing in March, somebody's just said, they're waiting to get in, but I'm just rabbiting on. And I'm saying to you is the fact of self-discipline of self. You know, you do it with your kids, but you don't do it with anybody else. So why not do it to yourself? See how I mean, like Caroline said to me in my reading, was the fact of go and watch kids. I know it sounds perverted and stuff like that, but it's go and watch how kids play. And it's the fact, I know, a man on his own watching kids on the pot, it really does not sound bad. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, what I want to say to you is, right, how you treat your kids, how you help your kids to grow, you're teaching yourself at the same time, but you're not listening. And I want to say, you're such a lovely being. You really, really are such a lovely being. If you could see the auras like we do, you'd be like amazed, absolutely blown away, because the aura is so beautiful. It's an if you see a rainbow, that's your aura. That's all I can say. If you see the rainbow, that is your aura. And if it's double rainbow on top of each other, that's your aura. Right, the saddle. You don't have to be saddled with anything. You can let it all go at any point, at any time within your life. When you start to understand the fact that you are the mother of your children, you are that mother. You are the mother to your children. Understand that. That's a responsibility of love that you've cherished and giving to your children. I want to bring that back to you to say, you are loved. Your children love you. So emphasize that within self. Would you give your children's love to other people because they haven't got children or because they haven't got love? Would you do that? So think about it. Sorry, that was a bit of a harsh lesson. I want to say that you are very much loved, and there is an angel with you, and I do say it's Gabriel that's with you at this moment in time. And I will say to you that he's bringing the light and bringing the message to you, you know. Is that right?
No.
I saw you waving. I thought, have I done something wrong?
No. I'm getting feedback. This is weird.
Oh, right, okay.
Hang on. I'm muted, so I can't be that. Maybe I'll stop the background music and see if I can still hear myself. That's weird. It's not that either. Okay. Hang on a sec. Okay.
I don't know whether you can smoke on your lives, but I'm sort of having a chuffy one at the side.
Well, what you can do is you can just pop yourself on stop cam if you like.
Ooh.
That's it. And I'll mute you as well because I'm getting feedback. Now I'm not getting feedback. So I'm still getting it. It's okay. I'll mute Sarah and see what happens. No, she's muted. Okay, maybe I'll just drop out of the live and come back in. All right. Okay, so we've got I can't stand this. I can hear myself. Huh?
Keith, have you muted yourself? Because I think it's Keith.
Hello. Yes, thank you. No, I'm still getting it. Have I got it? Has it gone? No, it's gone. It's gone. Okay. All right. So now we've got it under control. We're driving. Maybe you need to go get your messages across twice. He's a pro. All right. So we've got Pearl Parker up next. I believe she has put in a donation. Just give me a minute while I have a look. Pearl, are you here? Pearl, we can get. Would you like a peg reading, Pearl? And perhaps one of the readers? Sarah can give you a reading if you like. I'm just clearing some energy here, so hopefully that is okay with you. Sarah, what are those cards? I really like them. Sonia wants to know what cards you've got there.
You talking about this one?
The ones that you've been using, yeah.
I've been using 7 decks. I'll show you later. Oh, God, I can't flip it. Okay, so I've been using Sword of the Light Oracle, which is Archangel Michael. I don't know if you guys can see that. Intuition deck. I can post these in your group, Caroline. Yep. Shaman's Dream, the Goddess Power Oracle, Astral Realm. That is Into the Lonely Woods, and it is the most gorgeous card deck. Oh, it's my favorite. I actually found it at a psychic expo, and the words in this book, I kid you not, I don't love any other book apart from this one. This book is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so Pearl, I think Pearl, you'd be really good with a peg reading. It's what you've been watching. If you've been not paying attention, that was really mean, Caroline. If you've been watching the live, Keith, the one that's underneath both Sarah and myself, he has got what they words on the back of pegs, and he draws them out, and he intuitively gives you messages. So he can give you that. And Sarah will give you a few cards as well.
All right. Let me just get this page out. I love this. I love this deck.
Hi, I'm back from the dead. Question for you, Caroline.
Yeah.
Was you're the wise oracle. Intuitive. Is it spiritual? Is it psychic? Or is it everything?
Everything.
There you go. I knew I was right. Anyway, who are we reading for?
However it comes through to you. It's intuitive.
Who are we reading for? Who are we reading for?
Sarah and you are going to read. I think Sarah's got a few cards ready to go for a Pearl.
Right, okay. So long as I know who we're reading for. I'll let Sarah go first then, because she's all ready.
I was muted, sorry. All right, so the two cards that I've got two cards, 14 and also 12. So 14 comes down to 5, which is about change. It's got a lot to do with change, but also mean instability. So there may be some instability around, which there is a lot nowadays. So that's kind of normal nowadays. So Plight of the Wanderer. This is your first card. This is number 5. This one that relates to number 5. It also can move, fluctuate. Pardon?
Her question was messages from guides in regards to career and finance.
Well, I kind of just pull what I get.
Yeah, I know, but that transition card is something that I thought straight away has got to do with career change.
Well, yeah, 5 does have to do with change. So, yeah, and fluctuation. So it could mean that there is obviously movement there in a career, because change and fluctuation can definitely mean fluctuation in finances, but it can also mean like a fluctuation in moods too. But if that's what you're aiming towards, then I would highly suggest that, yes, it could mean that there is a change coming in that career. Now, Flight of the Wanderer. We can see that. There may come a sleepless night when you must walk with your troubles until they feel larger than you can continue to carry. There will come a night when the journey has taken you so far that you feel the burdens of your needs must be laid down, and you must free yourself from them. This card comes to you to say that you must now know that some of the troubles you carry are simply not yours. They do not belong to you, and yet you carry them. There will be a wise one who tells you to share some of these troubles for a time. They will help you. Know which ones to keep, learn from, and remember, and which can be put aside, acknowledged as not yours to carry, and buried softly in the good earth to heal, change, and become part of all that is great. Now, that was the first one. So your second one was 12, which comes down to 3. So it is a lower number. 3's got to do with creativity. It's also got to do with groups. And also abundance. So again, it could relate to a career change, because that abundance going into a new career, if it's something you love, definitely suggest that. So let's go to that page. Your truth is powerful is what this card is about. We are told so many lies. We are told that we must be with others and that they must love us for us to be worthy. So we bend and we twist the self to please the others, showing only glimpses of who we are in shadows and light. We never fully step out into the light to see who is drawn to the form we most truly are. Start by unbending and deepening the love of your own ways. Start with untwisting and cease to speak words that appease others and offend your own soul. Then offer that level of care and desire for love to your own self. What could you become if you already loved who you are? So what I'm getting from those messages, the colors on it are green. So green we spoke of earlier. Green's got to do with that growth, that freshness. It's also green's got to do with money as well. So again, could be a career change. Health, balance, harmony, stability, abundance, even fertility. Green does also come into fertility, and simplicity. So if you want something, action it, go for it. You can only try. What's the worst that will happen? It'll get knocked back. Try again, because I can only succeed when we fail. We learn how to go around another one. So failure is our friend. Just never sit down and stay down. That is what I have for you. So I'll pass you over to Keith and let him work his magic.
Thank you, Sarah.
Wow, I was listening to what you were saying, and the minute you come in with colour, it was like, oh my god, I'm getting excited now. Oh my god, it's so nice, you know. And I so love colour. So if Pearl wants to put a colour in, I'll do a colour read at the same time. Now the thing is, I felt that you want the job change, or I felt I want to change in direction, but I was sort of like drawing back, and I wanted to say, yeah, come on, let's have a job change. Let's get some more money in. Let's do this. But also green is the sense of, it could be greed, green with envy, green with greed. But I was seeing the colour emerald. When you mentioned green, I was seeing the colour emerald. I want to say that the grass is definitely going to be greener on the other side. You've just got to make that leap of faith, because I feel I'm being shown the Fool card on the tarot deck. And what it's showing me is the fact that take that leap of faith. Yeah, be like the kid in the sweet shop and just have a look around, because you've got, I'm being shown, they were saying I want to give you, oh, yeah, that was what I forgot. They said September's birthday, past an anniversary, definitely. The first thing, I should have said that first thing, but they've just reminded me. I didn't, I just wrap it on. I want to say to you as well the fact that they gave me the name Fred and Frida. Now, over in the UK, Fred and Frida are clothing, right? So it's a particular brand, Fred and Frida for Tesco. I'm not advertising for a particular brand of a supermarket. Now, it's quite a good brand, but I don't know whether you're in clothing industry or you're going into clothing industry, because somebody's just showing me an handbag now. She likes handbags, or there's not quite a nice designer handbag, but I don't know. Let's just go with what we go with. And let me draw you a peg out. Oh, okay. Guilt. That's what's on this one. Guilt. Now, as we look, I know you're looking at finance and career, but I also want to go on an emotional level. There is something that is holding you back. In other words, it's a peg tie from the past. They're showing me that they're showing me a card that's connected to a tent. So in other words, it's got a guide rope and it's dug in the ground somewhere in your childhood. And it's something, an issue that you will be dealing with at a certain stages. I don't know whether you've dealt with some of it and you need to go back, or you don't want to go back. But you can only, everybody knows that you can only deal with your issues at certain times. And I'm feeling that something from past is holding you back at this moment in time. The guilt aspect of it all is, you know, whether it's a friendship, whether it's to do with family. I'm feeling that is to once you've sought through that guilt part of the issue, you'll be free to do what you need to do. You do have ties from past. That's what he's just told me. He's just told me. I don't see spirit very often. I hear spirit, and they're just, as I'm waffling away, they'll just jump in with stuff. But I'm feeling the fact that it is a male from the female side, and I do feel I'm being told it's like an uncle figure. And I'm feeling it because they want me to direct you to a certain direction of where you're going to. Normally it's on my right side, it's mother, but they're telling me it's father's side. I'm feeling uncle, well, being told uncle. The issues, right, you've got your papers in order. You're quite, I don't know whether you're OCD or not, but I'm feeling I need to get all my papers and everything, the resume or whatever, you've got to get all sorted in order. There is directions that you could go into, but you're sort of like getting a bit bored with doing the same old. And I want to say, you are, what colour was that? Did I see a colour?
No, I don't think so. Did you see a colour in your mind's eye or on the screen?
Right. So what I'm seeing is that I'm getting a bit bored and a bit tedious with all the things I'm doing at this moment. So I want a breath of fresh air. I'm being told there is a new door being opened. I'm being pushed to one. I'm pushing my pegs to one side because that's what they want me to do. They want me to expand to the right rather than to the left. Instead of going through the same stuff with what you've always learned, go into something fresh and new, because I do feel that that's coming up in the next 3 months. I'm being told in the next 3 months the green colour is going to be pastures anew. Finances, if you ask Spirit, I do feel that you are empathic to a certain degree, and you allow that and work with it to a certain degree as well. You feel and sense, in other words, you feel and sense other people's emotions, and you feel and sense of how it's going to go before it happens. And that's what I'm getting as well. I want to say to you as well, whatever the employer is that's coming in, will be more respondent towards you than they have been to others. So that's what I want to say. They're more receptive to you than they have to others, because you've got that gusto with you, that gusto within self to sort of like that excitement, that child. Oh yeah, I could do this. Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I could do. Oh, there's somebody I've been looking for. That's what I'm getting. Somebody I've been looking for. That's within the next 3 months or so. I want to say, the build up to Christmas, I don't know whether you celebrate Christmas or not, but I'm feeling that you put Christmas on hold for this year for the minute. And it's like, I know we're not there, we're 6 months away, boy, it's not 5 months, it's 5 months and something. I'm being told that the fact that surprises are coming your way. And now when I say surprises, and I mean the nice surprises, like Spirit will gift you something. Somebody, it's like a child coming up to you who you don't know and just gifting you a flower. And it's sort of surprises, money, it could be anything, but I'm being told surprises are on the way to you. It's a gift. They're showing me a gift box, a present, or whatever. There you go. Caroline.
It just shows new beginnings, surprises. Things can take form.
Yes. So I feel that the fact that you're going to achieve whatever goal you want to achieve, because you're quite headstrong in your actions about when you set something up. I'm surprised you're not a Taurus. Once you get your headstrong in certain areas, you just off and go and blinkered to anything else. There is somebody that's niggling in your ear as well. That's sort of, it's a bit irritating. It's like a gnat flying around. Oh, don't care. I'll let you explain the cards, Carol.
No. You go for it. You're explaining all of the cards. I was going to leave it there because you've said everything. All of these things up to you, Pearl, to make changes. And yes, somebody is niggling away at in your ear, and it feels like it's disrupting your sleep. So you just be careful with that. But you have, I showed up the star card before when Keith was talking about you will be able to surprise yourself with if you stop setting limitations on yourself, you will be surprised how
things turn.
Yes. I have wax buildup. I was digging in. What? When you said that, I don't understand. I'm not quite sure what that means. Yeah.
I think she meant like digging in her ear, like, yeah, like, yeah. That's why I was doing that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So that was for you, Pearl. Thank you for allowing these guys to read for you. That was really good. So that was the peg reading as well as an intuitive. Well, they're both intuitive readings. So yes, hopefully that has resonated with you. Very interesting, Keith, the way that you intuit your readings through your pegs. I have never seen that before. So that's very good.
Apparently, during the 60s in the UK, Romany gypsies used to come around selling pegs, and they'd give you a reading from a peg because it had words on it. And then it was introduced to me about 6 months ago. And I thought, what a brilliant idea. Nobody does that. And of course, it's back in the old days, you know what I mean? So, there we go.
You know what's funny with that, Keith, is my granddad that you connected with, his family line has gypsies.
There you go. It's I think it's more
And pirate.
Bulgarian gypsies. Roman
His dad
Bulgarian
was a
gypsies.
captain of a pirate ship.
Oh, wow.
And also you've got the fact that on the other side, you've got towards, I would say, Italian as well.
My son's dad is Italian, so my first fiance is Italian, and he's the medium.
He's tall then.
He will be. He's going to be taller. He's nearly taller than me, but that's not hard. Being taller than me is not hard. It's not an accomplishment.
I'm the guys, I do.
I'm 3 centimeters of being classified as a midget. Okay.
Oh my giddy aunt. Well done, you. Well done, you. Keep up the faith.
I'm just gonna. When I'm old, you shrink.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
Yes, I can attest to that.
So I'll be a midget. When I grow down, I will be a midget.
When you grow down. All right. Okay. Guys, we will do a few free readings now, but bear in mind that these free readings will only be very short. They will not be all 3 of us. They will be one person per person, one reading per person.
I'll do colour reads as well, Caroline, if they wanted to put colour up or something.
Sorry?
I'll do a colour read as well if they want to put a colour up.
All right. Okay. So the first person that Keith chooses, and just please bear in mind that these are intuitive readings and they will be shorter than an in-depth reading simply because of the there is no energy exchange. So pop your color on the screen if you have not had a reading, and Keith will give you a color reading. When Keith is chosen, I will put your name up on the screen.
Do you want to know what's funny? When I joined the Australian Army, I was 0.03 off being allowed in. So he's like, can you just... And I was like, sure. And then I got in. They nearly said I couldn't join because I'm too short. Like, really?
Well, to apply for the army, I was told exactly that. I was underweight and too short. I was 5 foot and 4.5 stone.
I don't know what stone is. I'm in Australia now.
There's 2.3 pounds per kilo.
So pretty much double
and
that.
And there are 12 pounds. Is it 12 pounds per stone?
Yeah, that's just too confusing. My brain's like...
Have you picked a colour?
Well, there's the only one I can say is Purple by Kathy Littlewood. Oh, shit.
And Sonia did Purple too, I think.
No,
no, just Kathy. Just Kathy.
I don't know what's gone off here. It's just Kathy that's picked the colour.
Yeah, she's picked purple. Yep. You're right.
I'm back in. That's it. I'm back. Honey, I'm home. Right, purple. The way I read colour is normally when I say the word, normally spirit, it goes into my mind and then spirit will just pull it away. It's either liquid or it's a solid, or the way I'm seeing the colour. The way I'm seeing the colour purple at this moment in time, I don't know whether you see this lighter, it's about that colour purple. But it has dark edges around it. I do feel at this moment in time, Kathy, that you have you've had a few tears over the last 2 to 3 months. It's been there's like a wave of emotion. You've been going up and down. The way they're showing me is the fact that you're coming into a sense of balancing out a lot of things. I do feel that you are struggling to get going forward. It's like you're going through glue at this moment in time. And as you start to step through forward, I'm feeling that it's like one step at a time, and it has to be a firm step. And I'm feeling that as well as you start to move forward within the colour, it's telling you to have the richness of life. It's making sure that you are aware of all your surroundings, the flowers at the side of the road, the bees as to come. Oh yeah, bless you. I don't know whether you've had a bee come and visit you just recently, because they just showed me when I was walking the street. I wasn't walking the streets, I was in homeless. I was walking the street to the shop. They showed me a bee floated across the road over the traffic and landed on my jumper. And I was thinking, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's lovely. Hello, how are you? Please don't sting me. I don't want you to die. Go on, fly off and go out. Thank you for visiting me, and off you go. But I do feel you're having things coming into you to help you to lighten your load. I do feel you're carrying too much burden for everybody else's. And I want to say to you is Merry Christmas. I don't know what that's about, but somebody's shouting Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. There you go. Was that
wonderful,
right?
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Hopefully that has resonated with you. She says, wow, I went into 7-Eleven gas station store yesterday and a wasp flew into the store and landed on my right shoulder. Wow. There wonderful. You go. That's beautiful. So Sarah is going to be up next for a free reading. So people pop in the word beautiful Sarah. The words beautiful Sarah or hugs Sarah, and she will choose you, one of you.
Pick a number from 1 to 6. Whoever gets the number first will get the reading. I hate choosing. That's why I have a wheel back there to pick my cards for me.
Sonia, you've already had a reading, darling.
She's like, more. I want more.
Okay. No. Oh, see, where is everybody? Come on, guys. Who's hiding in the background there?
Who hasn't had a read?
There you go.
With the 7 pieces.
Mandy hasn't had one.
Mandy hasn't had one. All right. It was 6, by the way.
Okay.
All right. Let's go, Mandy. Oh, we have a flyer. All right. Deeper insights are at hand. Mandy? Hello, Mandy. I did say hey to you when you jumped on earlier, but I think Caroline was talking, so I was like, hey, over here. All right. Can you see this? I usually have it turned around so it's easier to see.
Deeper insights are...
I'll read it. Deeper insights are at hand. Your overall plan is good, but the details need work. Reflect before moving forward. And the book states itself. Oh, this is number 8, by the way. And number 8, I see as mastery, changes, stability, protection. Now, your current plan is not as good as it could be. The details might need to be thought through again, or maybe you haven't got around to the finer details, and time to do so is now. If it feels as though there are roadblocks on your path right now, then either your overall plan needs to be overhauled, or the way you're trying to implement the big picture isn't working in your favor. If you're thinking of becoming self-employed, you should consider different timing. Remember that the divine wants you to live a life of joy. It's possible that where you think you would give you joy is incorrect, or there would be more joy available if your plans were to change. Ask your guardian angels for signs and messages indicating what to do next. In particular, ask for insights into whether the problem is in the details or if the big picture is flawed. I will also send you information to guide you in a new direction. It doesn't say who it is, but it's obviously Archangel Michael's deck. So you'd be calling on Archangel Michael for this card. And she's wearing blue too. You see the blue? Trust, communication, and healing. What else is in there? Not really much else. You got a lot of blue. There's a little bit of yellow at the top. Yellow can mean a number of different things. So obviously colors to people, to different readers, will mean different things. Yellow's my favorite color. So yellow to myself is all about our intellect, our positivity, happiness, honor, loyalty, good energy. But it can also be a warning. So yellow, I will also see at times as a warning. So there may be somebody around you that's kind of just dragging all that energy out for themselves and just, you know, trying to take what's not theirs, realistically. Oh, and you're wearing blue now. Oh, Harry's school. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. So obviously, yeah, with the school, obviously the bigger picture would be flawed, I feel. But hang in there, because you will get through this, okay? You will get through this, but you've just got to be consistent and make sure that you do the things that you know are right, and your intuition's amazing. So listen to it. And I hope that did help.
Beautiful. And keys on again, and I'm getting feedback.
Just come on. I like this idea where you can switch the mic off and I can nip to the toilet and come back.
Just mute it. Just mute yourself.
Right.
So I don't get any
feedback. It was lovely listening to read out of Sarah. I thought that was amazing for the yellow. Actually, it's also an embolizes love. All the colours on all the colours, whether it's grey, white, black, whatever colour it is, it's love. Whatever the emphasis. I learned this years ago. I've been learning colours for 20 years, and I'm learning still to this day.
Yeah, same here.
I think we're always learning, and that's why when I say what a color means to me, I like to give out a number of different things that it means to me, because what it means to me may be something different to you. So the keywords that I have for certain colors maybe you don't like. Say if it was I don't know, red, and a lot of people might see red as passion or aggression or pleasure, strength, again, love, power, ability, leadership, all those different things. But one of those words may stick out to you more than the others. So that's why I like to go, well, yellow means this to me.
Yeah. When you said yellow and what it means to me, they were singing, I am the sunshine of your life. Ooh.
I love yellow because of that. Yellow's my favorite color.
Okay. All right. So I might just mute you, Keith, because I'm getting feedback. Thank you. All right. So there you go, Mandy. That was for you. And last but not least, I've got Brianna. And Brianna, you would not believe the card that I drew for you. Everybody knows somebody needs to speak their truth. Everybody knows what Brianna's favorite thing in this world is. Everybody knows that. The butterfly. Brianna, you actually picked up, this card fell out of the deck for you, the butterfly, and it talks about metamorphosis. Are you here, Brianna? Just let me know that you're here and I'll read out your card for you. And I know you love butterflies. You're always talking about butterflies. You're posting them all the time and you just have a thing for butterflies. It's just beautiful. So just let me know that you're here. Yes, I'm very connected to the butterfly. Okay, all right. So the butterfly has a message for you, all right? The spirit of the butterfly is a matter of transformation. Unlike the phoenix, whose destructive fire can be quicker but also more brutal, the butterfly goes through a slower yet more progressive process. The process is also very profound. When the caterpillar starts its transformation, it literally melts into a kind of biological soup. Then, little by little, it reforms itself into a beautiful butterfly. Pardon me. It is hard to imagine a deep transformation process where two very different phases occur in the same lifetime. When we need to make deep changes in our life, things sometimes have to melt down completely. They dissolve, get back to a very basic form, then take a new, quicker, different shape, or quite a different shape. During this process, it may look like our world is destroyed and left as a barren wasteland where all familiar things are gone. That may be the case, but for good reasons. Sometimes it is better to reinvent everything from scratch than to try and tweak something that will never really work. The butterfly tells you that as uncomfortable as you may seem, Your transformation will finally enable you to stretch your beautiful wings and fly. So there's changes coming for you, Brianna. All right. And the message for you, don't be scared of change. Your transformation will ultimately bring you to happiness and freedom. So this change that's coming up for you at the moment, Brianna, is going to, it's massive. And they're saying to you not to worry too much about the change where you feel like you're in a soup of nothingness, where you feel like, how is this going to benefit me? It just will. It just will. Okay. All right. That is your spirit animal. And that was for you, Brianna. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I've just, give me 2 seconds. All right. Okay. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you so much to both of you for coming on my live.
You're so welcome.
You're welcome.
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Hey?
I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, good on you. It was a step in the right direction for you. That means that you can now go back in and do your lives.
I'll wait till the end of summer.
Okay. Well, you're allowed to. You're allowed to do that whenever you're ready.
And Sarah, can I just say, plateau
Sorry,
your
yes.
emotions. Be the goldfish in the bowl.
Can I break out of the bowl?
Well, you don't have to get out of the bowl. You can just be the goldfish in the bowl. You don't have to be a roller coaster. You can just plateau it. So it's not, be the Buddhist and plateau it. I need
to calm that mind.
Well, that's quite easily to calm the mind. It honestly, it is. Just look at a brick wall and it'll calm the mind.
I got one.
Right, actually.
No, I actually, to calm my mind, because I'm always like this, I'm like a rabid squirrel, but to calm my mind, I just envision a lake, like with ripples, and then I just watch it, and eventually the ripples disappear and it's still, and I'm calm. And then 3 seconds later, I'm back to this.
Well, at least you held it for 3 minutes. Mm-hmm.
I'm hyperactive, so it's always been difficult to actually focus in one area all the time. But after a period, when you look at a wall, eventually you can keep that image in your mind for seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah. Thank you ever so much for inviting me on. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really,
welcome. It's been good having you.
No, thank you. That was amazing.
Yeah, lovely introduction to peg readings, which I'm still blown away by it. I actually love the idea of it. So there you go. Very good. Very good.
I think it is cool too. I think it's amazing too. Absolutely love it.
Yeah. And you've
called
got
me out on everything. 100%.
Yeah.
Everybody can do peg readings. Everybody can do it.
Yes.
It's the uniqueness of the person that's doing it that makes it unique.
But you can pick up a peg and it will give you a word, and then you just read from it from there. That's your intuition. That's your guides coming in and talking to you.
Yeah.
I noticed that you had mediumship skills there as well. So that's just wonderful. Good on you. Well done.
Work on myself. Shadow work's important. Doing your shadow work's so important.
Yeah, it is. The hard roads are the light at the end of the tunnel, legit. And then you help others through the same tunnel.
Yes.
And when there's no tunnel, you are the light.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, guys, we're going to go now. Thank you so much for allowing us to read for you. And I don't know whether I'm going to be on next week. So, on Tuesday, but I will be back early in the week sometime. So thank you again, everybody, for coming, and we will catch you sometime soon. Don't forget, please, honor the light within. Good night, people.
Love you all. Good night.